What's up, everybody? Welcome to Southern Life. Give me a few seconds to get started here. This one's got a disclaimer because on this video today, we're looking at a subject that pretty much. Let me make sure I got audio. We got audio. Good. Cool. All right. We got it. So today's subject is kind of a little wild. So there's a disclaimer here. I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds to log in. So since we're kind of looking at criminals getting arrested and all that, there's going to be a few disclaimers before I get started on this video. Welcome on board. What's up? What's up, Salad Kid?
I'm here too.
Yeah, Kay, let me show you guys what we're up to. Let me show you guys our face. Here we are. This is us. Our face, y'all. I'll fight that. But what's up? I got Katie with me. Show them your tongue. So we're going to do a live stream and everything. And this is what we do for fun. So if you're just tuning in, we do this for fun. At night when we're home, we like to look through arrest records. So, you know, you're not supposed to judge people. But when they put these arrest records on the internet, you kind of like, they go on the internet pretty much so that you can crack up at whoever got arrested.
Yeah.
So there are several disclaimers on this video.
Oh yeah.
First is a public information disclaimer. Is the first one we got to go on through this one, which is right here from Collier County Sheriff's Office, and basically everything that they say, we kind of collaborate all that. There's definitely a public information disclaimer on this video. There's also a no association disclaimer. Everything on this channel is our personal opinion disclaimer. So there's a bunch of disclaimers on this video. We're going to look at some wacky arrests. So if you're just tuning in, I'm going to show it to you guys one last time because this is some serious stuff. There's a disclaimer on this video. Disclaimer. Alright, so let's get into it. And there's also a main disclaimer on my main page, and everything on our channel that's uploaded falls under that category. Let's talk crime, y'all. So I was looking at some arrest reports, and these are the ones that I found most interesting out of Collier County. This gentleman right here, last name, I don't remember. Lives in Naples, Florida, and he was outside his home in Naples, Florida, and he got up in the middle of the night and went outside his home to make out with his mistress, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know who this guy is, kind of like, but you know, like people around town that you know. So this gentleman right here, he ended up waking up in the middle of the night, going outside to make out with his mistress, and his wife caught him. Then he proceeded, you know, allegedly, and everything we're going to go on this video is allegedly, according to police reports, and it's all our personal opinion. So, and there are, again, disclaimers on our channel. So let's get into this. So allegedly, this gentleman, you know, based off my opinion, goes on to beat his wife and get aggressive because you know, he got caught cheating on her outside his house. Imagine that. Like, you just wake up and walk outside and your wife's inside sleeping and you're in your front porch with a mistress.
I'm more likely to find you on the phone with
Yeah,
your
Katie's
dad.
got guns. So, Blue Crystal says, good evening to you for the first lady. I'm happy to see you both having a... Yeah, I'm glad to be here. And I know it's probably not this many people late at night. You guys probably got to go to work tomorrow, but who cares?
Yeah. Life
Life is to be enjoyed. So this is the first interesting arrest that I found in Naples, Florida, and again, mutual contacts with this guy for sure. So imagine, look at this guy. Look at the shape of this guy's head. Again, you know, arrest reports. You know, all the disclaimers about that. So imagine you come home, and this young man is in your house taking a bath. So allegedly, this gentleman here, he thought he was in his girlfriend's house because, you know, like down in Naples, Florida, like every single house looks exactly the same because they're in these developments where, you know, like every single house, like they'll be like, yeah, they're cookie cutter. Like every single house that's next to the other house, they're all identical. So he's just like drunk or something. And he walked into a house, started taking a shower. Like, he thought he was inside his girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
And you know what? This actually happened to me in Lehigh Acres. I'm not even lying. Like, you guys remember a month ago, I went to Lehigh Acres. And all the houses down in Florida, they're all cookie cutter. And they all look the same. So, this actually happened to me. Except for I knocked on the door. I was knocking on the window, like, telling my sister, "Hey, let me inside the house." And I was like, "Wait, is this the right house?" So this happened to this guy, except for he didn't realize that it wasn't his girlfriend's house. He was in there cooking up food, taking a shower. Can you imagine? Like,
No, what you do at your girlfriend's
Yeah.
house?
I mean, like, how do you get home and this monstrosity of a guy is inside your house and he thinks it's his girlfriend's house? It's like, he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was Shaniqua's house." No, it's not. "Oh, you're Maria. Oh, I'm sorry. My girlfriend lives here." You know what I mean? No, she does it. Joseph, that's my dad. Is it your dad for real? I'm sorry, bro. Is it really your dad? I know the guy, by the way. I know this guy. We have a lot of mutual contact. I've seen this guy around town for sure. But yeah, I mean, romance and in Naples get strong. So yeah. Hola, ¿cómo está? Oye, qué hola, mi hermano. Aquí estamos en Alabama, tranquilo, chillaxing, bro. I need your email address. I'd like to plan a trip to Alabama for tourists. I'm gonna say it to you, and anybody who's not listening, you're not like cover your ears because I don't want emails from people randomly. I'll write it. How about I write it down for you? I'm gonna write it down for you on a piece of paper. I'm gonna write it for you because what happens with the internet, buddy, is that they have all these like troll machines, and if you put your email, here's my email. And again, this is for the specific person who's asking, so don't email me for random crap, please. That's it right there. That's it right there. So it's okay. We never talk. It's all good, man. Like I said, like you gotta be careful. Like when I go to these, we're gonna go through. When we go to these arrests today, we're gonna see a lot of people that I actually know, and if you're watching, you might know some of these people. In Naples, it's a small town.
Yeah.
And most of the people getting arrested are people like that you already know. So, what's 1 month for Wayne? Let's go to 6. Let's go to 5/28, and we'll work from there. So yeah, I get it. You know this person, and that's cool. I mean, and if you're tuning in, there's a lot of disclaimers to this video. Make sure you see them all. But yeah, it's all cool, man. You know the guy. That's awesome. Naples romantic experience there. So we got a lot more of these. Hey, you from New York? I'm from New York. Katie, can you grab that for me right there real quick? Katie's gonna grab something for us.
No, I don't want to touch it.
They don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Here, say hi to them real quick. Say hi to them. We got New York in the house.
Yeah.
So we got New York. This guy's from New York. This guy's from New York.
I can't be associated with New York.
You're from Michigan. That's not too far away.
This
guy's from New York. Shout out to everybody from New York, man.
I'm trying to distance my association with them.
All right, y'all. Yeah. So there it is. You got my email address. And again, don't email me for anything that's not please, just be civilized. So yeah, I got a lot of good arrests for you guys. And you might know some of these people, no doubt about it. So let's keep going through these arrests. So this guy's from Immokalee, and I just gotta crack up. Most people who get arrested from Immokalee are gonna have a neck tattoo. This guy doesn't have a neck tattoo, but he's proud to get arrested. I mean, I had to save his photo.
He doesn't have one yet.
Yeah, guilty until proven innocent, or innocent until proven guilty. In the case of him, when you smile on a mugshot and you got gold teeth, you're pretty much admitting to it. Yo, what's up, Italian sister? Aquí estamos tranquilo. Nah, I'm from London, okay? Alright, cool. Yeah, London. A lot of love from London. Realize the Florida has 4 times the population of Alabama. Yeah, plus all the tourists, yeah. No, but a lot of my subscribers are from Naples, Florida. I know a lot of people watch my videos are my friends from Naples. Of course, it's still 1980 cocaine. Yeah, Florida's crazy. So, yeah, it's in the water for sure. So, yeah. Let's take a close look at that. Yeah. Go, Dave. Look at him grill, man. Look at them grills.
That's got a lot of pigmentation.
Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, man. I would love to get locked up in Naples. You know how fun it's got to be to go to jail in Naples?
No.
I wouldn't want to go to jail here in Alabama. But I'll tell you, I would love to go to jail in Naples.
No, you're
When you
not
go through
doing
these
that.
people that get arrested in Naples, it's got to be fun. You imagine you get locked up and this guy's in there? I would pay I would pay the Naples jail just so I can spend a night there.
No.
Naples is a wealthy place though. Old people. Oh yeah. But the people that the people that go to jail in Naples, they're not the rich people. All right, let's keep it moving. So this guy here, imagine that you hire a contractor. Now here in Alabama, you don't need to have a contractor's license to be a contractor, but in Naples, Florida,
You do.
you do. It's Florida. If you're a contractor, you have to be this guy. And you think he's a contractor? He's not a contractor. He's a con artist, basically. So, yeah. You got a good looking kid. Show me your tongue in. Yeah. So, yeah. That's one arrest in Naples. And every once in a while, rich people in Naples do get arrested. Like, hey, this guy's your typical Naples resident right here. But
He looks like he's about to pull up to Whole Foods in his Ferrari.
Exactly. So this is like your typical Naples guy right here. But the reality of it, this is like the exception. Most people that go to jail in Naples look like this guy.
Pretty boy.
Now this guy is from Hialeah. So anybody watching from Miami? Florida is almost 2 times the size of England. And no, I think England's bigger than that. England's actually pretty big. That's one place I'd love to visit. This guy right here was arrested. I'll show you guys the details so we're not... In Marathon, Florida, so Monroe County, a Hialeah man, which is... This is a Hialeah man, if you're wondering what a Hialeah man looks like.
Yeah.
So este tipo from Hialeah is driving around in the Florida Keys, and he had so much gasoline in his boat. I mean, I'll let Katie read some of this. So, Katie, what was this guy doing? Let him know.
He had
How many?
266 gallons of fuel on
In his
board.
boat. He had 18 flotation devices. He had 2 large coolers full of water.
Gatorade.
Mangoes. Mangoes. Like, he had mangoes, okay?
And lunch meat.
And like Cuban crackers and Cuban bread.
He had large trash bags
Yeah.
full of apples, crackers, and bread. What makes you put all that stuff in a trash bag?
I mean,
what?
pretty... I mean, obviously he was going to Cuba to pick up people.
Yeah.
So he was literally going to drive a boat from Miami to Cuba to bring like 18 illegal people into the United States. This guy's just going to drive his boat from Miami, go to Cuba with mangoes. Like, wouldn't you think they already have mangoes in Cuba? No, he's bringing them apples and mangoes. Like, here's a mango from Cuba. I also got an apple. Try this thing. And you've never had this thing in Cuba. So, yeah, he's obviously going to Cuba to bring people. Florida City, down street of the Everglades National Park. Yeah, buddy. So, obviously he's going Agualilla. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, he's going to Cuba to bring people. So, there, take a close look at this guy. Of course, the criminal charges... He was arrested. I mean, they had Border Patrol on it and everything, but the charges were more along the lines of, I think it's fuel convenience, because you're not supposed to have 280 gallons of fuel on your boat, because obviously you're not going on a fishing trip with 18 life vests, a bunch of mangoes. So he was going to Cuba to get his family, you know? Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, how bold of him. And they caught him, according to the arrest report. You know, a cop saw him. He's like, his boat's like sagging because he had so much fuel in the boat. Like, how bold do you have to be? Like, this guy was just, he gave no craps. He was gonna go get La Familia, you know. So yeah, very crazy. Florida is like no other state. Let me tell you. But anyways, he was arrested, and even though his criminal charges are probably going to be fuel convenience, I'm sure Border Patrol is going to get him for human trafficking or something similar. We'll see what other charges come up. And again, he may have a good lawyer who can explain why he had 240 gallons of fuel. The lawyer might have a good explanation. So, again, innocent until proven guilty. Although, in my personal opinion. Alright, y'all. So, this lady right here, which another person that I have met in Naples, Florida while living there. Let's look at the arrest report. Her name is Ferdinand Ferrer, 51. Was arrested at 5 a.m. So, allegedly, she decided that her husband needed to get a good whooping with a machete. So, she didn't go for the 22 or the 38 or... She went for a machete. And, I guess, volet paresse husband was sleeping. And she decides, you know what? He's cheating on me or something. He's paresse. He's volet. He's masisi volet paresse. And I'm going to give him the machete. He has a little bit of Creole. I've had a lot of Haitian friends in Naples. And again, I've met this person in Naples. And I can definitely see her going for the machete. Yeah, and actually, I can if her husband, ex-husband, according to the arrest report, allegedly is the person who would have, I can see him cheating on her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, in Naples, Florida, if you get caught cheating, you go for a machete.
Oh, yeah.
And so with that, yeah, you could, in Miami, in Florida, forget about Florida. In Florida, ain't no 22, ain't no 12, ain't no AR-12, ain't no AR-15, ain't no AK. In Naples, you go for the machete. And you cut that volet paresse in half.
Yeah.
And this is what this woman decided to do. And she's now facing some pretty serious criminal charges. A good lawyer could get her off on self-defense. We'll see what happens. But she had to do what she had to do because she ain't gonna let no man. And her her defense could also be self-defense. So who knows? But yeah. So there it is. A jealous man in Naples, Florida, goes outside to make out with his mistress, and he beats his wife afterwards. This young man, who looks like an alien in my personal opinion, look at that head, thought he was inside his girlfriend's house, random person's house taking a shower. This man from Immokalee who doesn't have a neck tattoo, but has this gold grill, and he wants...
Why are you taking a shower in your girlfriend's house when she's not there?
Yeah. Regular Naples resident gets arrested here. Cuban from Hialeah doing typical Cuban from Hialeah things. Going to Miami, to Monroe County, down there to Key West to drive a boat to Cuba to bring his family. And a Haitian woman decides, voler paresse machete. Voler. And in paresse, he gonna get the machete. And again, if you're just tuning in, there's a disclaimer on this video. There's a lot of disclaimers on this video because of the topics we're on. So make sure you read all of our disclaimers on our channel. Let's explore Naples arrest. So we're here looking at like last week. So we're going to start on 528 and work our way up. And we're just going to see who looks interesting. And I do this for fun. I really enjoy watching people who get arrested. We got Michael Doe. What's up? ¿Qué pasa, man? Nash B. ¿Qué pasa ese? ¿Qué pasa hacer? Man, I got people learning Cuban on here. ¿Qué pasa hacer? I don't do the ese. That's Mexicans. I do hacer. ¿Qué pasa hacer? ¿Qué volar hacer? So we go through these arrests, and it's kind of a hobby that we have, looking at who got arrested. And every once in a while, we run into people we know. So let's see who we have here.
A lot. Whenever I check it, I end up
especially in Naples. Let's actually go a little bit further. Let's go to 526 and work our way till today, and just see who's been getting arrested in Naples. And again, lots of disclaimers on this video, so watch the beginning of the video. You get to see my disclaimers. All right, so we have
a family.
Yeah, it seems like Naples isn't. You know how hard it is to find 3 guys with dreadlocks in Naples. They had to be profiling on this day, because do you know how hard it is to find 3 people in Naples that have dreadlocks?
Yeah.
This doesn't happen by chance. So it's Vami Bonzi. I think he's Haitian. I think he was a volet. What do you think he did? He's definitely paresse. Another thing we like to do is we like to guess what they did before we look at the charges, because that just makes it more fun, you know. So, and again, don't judge people. Shut up. We're having fun. What do you think he did? I think he was either volé or paresse. I'm gonna go with volé. Drug possession, cannabis.
Exactly what I thought it was.
So he's paresse.
Yeah.
Okay, he's paralyzed. He's paralyzed, which means lazy in Creole. And yes, I do know a little bit of Creole because I live in Naples, Florida. What do you think his buddy did?
I don't know if
This
they're
guy lives in
associated,
Naples.
Yeah.
I don't think they're associated because he's Haitian. That's definitely a Haitian. No, I don't know. Maybe Haitian American. I don't know what he did.
Huh.
He's still in custody, so I'm gonna guess he was broke. I guess he was stealing. Volé. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, he hit somebody who was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's paresse. He didn't want to pay that child support. He was trying to get rid of that. All right. This guy looks like a total jerk. Look at this guy. Doesn't he look like a total jerk?
Yeah.
I think he hit somebody. Oh, he's got the Predator. We have an SP in the house. Maybe he was stalking. He's still in custody, so he may have a really serious crime. Let's see what he did. Reckless driving and paraphernalia. How do you not get bailed out for that? He likes to drink and drive. And DUI. So this guy he hasn't learned his lesson. He likes to drink, drive, and road rage people, probably. That sounds like the type of guy you'd find in Naples. So, Luis Chavez Antonio, he's born in 1930. So this is an old guy. This dude is old. At your age, with white hair, you should not be getting arrested.
He's older than Dad.
He's older than Dad. Why is he getting arrested? Look at his white hair.
Yeah.
Why won't let me click on him?
I don't know.
What's up, y'all? Hold on, man. My internet's acting weird. Let me read some of these comments. There we go. So, Luis Antonio Chavez, how old is he?
He's 10 years older.
Dang, he's like 80
80.
years old. At 80 years old, you should not be getting arrested. And whatever you get, let's see. But look, he's got the SP again. Let me tell you, there's a lot of creepy people in Naples. So obviously, I'm gonna guess whatever he got arrested for has to do with this right here. Let's find out. Yep, sure enough, he failed to register as a pervert. If you're a pervert, you need to register as a pervert. I don't have any compassion for this guy. So look at Goldie Edwards, this beautiful young lady here. How old is she? She's 1 year. No, she's 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
She looks like she's older than us.
I know.
Ya tu sabes, papi, tranquilo. Okay, he told his friends he hit a deer and asked them to help push his home. He spray painted his car but got caught. His friends reported him. There's a dude from WikiWatch who ran over a dude on US 19 Dumpters. I saw that. Nash B, I saw that. I saw that on the news. There's some horrible people in Florida. Let's look at what this young lady, who I'm already going to guess. I have an idea what this young lady did. Simply because she's younger than me. She looks like she's older than me. Let's see her charges. Allegedly, right? Lots of disclaimers on this video. She had the H on her. She had the M on her. She had the C. She had the F. She had the A. Gosh, how many different things do you need to put in your body, young lady? That's a lot of charges. She had every single thing that would kill you on her. Supposedly this one won't kill you, but this one definitely will. This one definitely will. That will This girl had every single letter in the alphabet on her, yo. She had a bag of Skittles on her. And she looks old. Miss Goldie Edwards. You're gonna need a good lawyer and maybe some type of recovery program. My personal opinion again. Alright, so here we have Lamar Jean Pierre. That's definitely a Haitian name. He lives in Immokalee.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a neck tattoo. So nobody getting arrested in Immokalee without a neck tattoo is, well, that's already a good thing for him. He's definitely a volé or a paresse. What do you think, Katie?
Maybe a little
I think he was older Haitian guy getting arrested in Immokalee. He was drinking in public. No driver's license. Okay, he was just paresse, didn't get his license. No valid driver's license. Let's keep going through some of these arrests. How do they find so many black people in Corey? There aren't even that many black people in Corey County. How do they find so many black people? Like, you can literally drive around Naples looking for black people, and you couldn't find as many black people. It ain't right, dog. Oh, look at Juan Rodriguez Garcia. No driver's license. He's still in custody. No driver's license. Got to, let's see. Yep. Reckless driving reduced. And he's still in custody. So, no bail, or he's got a hold from, maybe he's got a hold on him from immigration. He's got my middle name, and he's got my last name. So, La Familia right there, buddy. Oh, man. De Maderos.
No association.
No association with that guy, for sure. I'm going to throw that disclaimer in for that guy. All right, guys, what do you think Maria did? Maria Maderos. By the way, Maderos is, I think that's a really common Canadian last name. By the way, the rapper at the Miami Gardens club that was shot up on Memorial Day survived. He has died in a car accident this week. That's horrible. Crime in Florida is out of control. It really is. Iguanas or mad aggressive can definitely kill. Yeah, and Florida's insane. It really is. I think she had a DUI.
Probably.
Yep, DUI.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, when rich people get arrested in Naples, or a white person gets arrested, it's usually like a female who was drinking and driving. Look at this guy. What'd he do? Christo, I don't even like his name. Do I smell some? In custody. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to guess what he did. Let's see. Resisting? Yeah, he looks like he'd fight back. He looks like
he's arguing.
Yeah, he looks like he's in the argument. Like, yeah, he looks like he was definitely fighting. I think he was definitely fighting. He definitely looks like a fighter. No doubt about that.
He looks like he's arguing with the person taking the photo.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a hard time proving that one. And he's not gonna go up there and argue with the judge. I wasn't fighting back, man. The funniest one I heard recently is about a dude who was running from the cops at 100 miles an hour in a 45 zone. His excuse was he was trying to go back to Cuba. No way.
What?
Look at this one. Nash B said a guy was going 100 miles an hour in a 45. His excuse was that he was going back to Cuba.
Was he trying to get the express lane?
I don't know. Well, this guy here, you guys saw this guy here. This one right here was going on. He was going to Cuba to pick up his family in a boat. That's why he got arrested.
Yeah, he should go with that guy.
Oh man! All right, so let's keep moving. Look, this guy looks like a jerk.
Yeah.
He's not from Florida. He's got to be from another state. I think he's from like Virginia or Pennsylvania, Tennessee. He's still in custody, so couldn't get bailed out. What did he do? Grand Theft Auto. So look at this guy. He's from Tennessee, and he's in Naples, Florida, in a stolen car. Like, this guy's just like, you know what? I'm going to go to jail. Might as well go to Florida and enjoy myself before I go to jail. David Agustin. Look at his hair. His eyes are closed for the photo. He's like praying because he's still in custody. So he's in there praying like, please, somebody bail me out. He's from Immokalee. So, no neck tattoos. Yeah. That's impressive. And look at it. He's got a sunburn around his neck, so you know he goes to the beach a lot. Yeah. All right. Trespassing, paraphernalia. But in the past, he's had trespassing. He's had meth on him before in the past. And an open container. So that's what you do in Immokalee. You drink, you take a little meth, and then you, like, trespass in the properties. So let's keep going here. This guy looks like a total jerk. Let's see what he did. From Lehigh Acres.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get bailed out. This guy's, he's on rough times. Let's see what he did. Oh, no, that's not one I... See that right there?
He ain't getting out.
See that right there? I don't like these guys that do these things, so... Not really too compassionate for those type of crimes. Allegedly. This guy looks like T-Pain. He's got that T-Pain. He's still in custody. Man, people can't get bailed out?
Yup.
What he got? Oh, he's a volet. He did a robbery. He left the scene of an accident. And he did some criminal mischief. Can you see this guy do some criminal mischief, Katie? Yeah. Okay, Katie's not going to say nothing. Yeah. Let's keep going through here. And again, these are all like, there's a bunch of disclaimers on this video because of the nature of the video. So make sure you watch the beginning of the video eventually at some point so you can see this disclaimer. Let's go to 528. Moving along here. Que viva Florida. Yes, sir. Que viva la delincuencia también que hay en la Florida, bro. Let's keep moving forward here. One was just here. We were here. We saw these already.
Yeah, we saw this.
Oh, we saw these already.
Yeah.
Nobody stands out here.
No.
I'll show you guys in a little bit the county that I live here in Alabama, so you can see how different the arrests look here.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole different world where I live. These are Florida man, right? This is like the gallery of Florida man right here, Clark County Jail. I've had to look at his face like this. Dad just whooped him. Okay, not sure what you're trying to say there, but that's Nashby says, "Come on, when you get 12-year-old kids in Florida shooting it, yeah, of course you got them." Florida's insane. I'm telling you. Look at the difference between the people who get arrested in Florida. Look at the diversity. Can we just take a moment to just congratulate Collier County for the diversity in their prison? Let me show you guys what the prison here in Elmore County looks like. And by the way, Elmore County, they don't make it fun. In Naples, Florida, getting arrested in Florida is like an event. This is like you're gonna be on the news. You know, it's fun. Okay. When you get arrested in Naples, it's an event. You're going on the news, you're getting your Florida man. They make prison fun, diverse, comfortable. In Elmore County, they don't even update like the records. Like in Collier County, it's just like, let me see if my friend got arrested in Florida. They don't make it fun here in Alabama. They don't
want you to know who got arrested.
Yeah. They call it the inmate rooster. And by the way, they don't upload this, like, unless you're like really, unless they really hate you, you're not gonna end up on this thing. They don't update it. You know what I mean? Like, and again, there are disclaimers for all this videos here. So this is the county that I live here in Alabama. And we'll look at that in a second. But in the meantime, look at the diversity. Let's congratulate. These are family right here. They went in together. They both got the last name. This guy's happy. Jensen Reyes. From Lehigh Acres. Guy. Wasn't this a guy? Okay, this guy was funny. This guy got his Florida man. So, let me tell you what this guy did. This guy was on the news. He got his Florida man. I'm telling you, Naples, Florida, the Collier County prison, or jail, whatever, is like the holy grail of Florida man. This young man from Lehigh Acres was on a boat, and he decided that he needed to go to the bathroom. So, he decided to pull it out, allegedly, and wave it at passing people. His charges are indecent exposure of his organs. And that, when I always say organ, I'm not talking about like his organ. And then he was drunk. Of course he was drunk. You don't like expose yourself on a boat. A vessel's a boat, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was flashing people from a boat. And when he gets arrested, he smiles because, yeah, I did this. Like, he's not going to go over there and go in front of the judge and be like, look, I didn't do this. He's going to be like, yo, I was drunk and I was showing everybody my stuff, man. It's big. I'm proud of it. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? Judging by his last name, probably Puerto Rican. So shout out to all my Puerto Ricans making the top 10 of Florida man this week. This guy right here. I'm telling you, Naples, it is a non-stop shenanigan. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Shenanigan.
It's fun.
Naples is insane. Compared to like here where I live, where are these guys?
They don't even publish it.
Where do you find like criminals here?
It doesn't look like
Let's go by
anybody's
name.
in jail.
Or by release? They don't even have
They
it.
don't even have it.
Who's most wanted? Like who are they looking for in Alabama right now? So like they don't make it fun here. Okay, I get it. Again, lots of disclaimers. Accept the disclaimers. There's a lot of disclaimers on this video. So this guy here, they're looking for this guy. They're looking for this guy. They're looking for this guy. He looks like a guy I saw on a Upchurch music video. Where are the ones that they arrested? Arrested. Let's go to arrested. Where are they arrested? They don't make it fun in
They don't
Alabama.
want you to know who got arrested.
Yeah, they don't make it fun in Alabama. They really don't. No, Naples, Florida.
That is like...
And again, at some point, we all make mistakes. Like, I'm sure at some point we all make mistakes. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Apart from the disclaimers, you know what I mean? if I'm making fun of one of your homeboys or your dad or your uncle or whatever, I mean, it's just, we do this. And really, a lot of people look at these arrest reports, and it's a hobby for a lot of people. For me, I love looking at these arrest reports. So you got to look it up. I counted. So I had to do some research on the disclaimers that I needed to have in this video because of the nature. Hispanic, Latino, something says Opalaca in Lake City. All right, what's up? I seen Ruben around town. I think he's from Immokalee. I'm gonna guess he had an open container. Again, if you're like 75 years old, you shouldn't be getting arrested. He's got a Naples arrest now. I thought he was in Immokalee. I didn't see open container. I mean, yeah, you can tell this is the type of guy you see outside a gas station with an open container. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a random white woman. So I'm gonna guess from Missouri. So probably out of state warrants or DUI. Let's see. Yep. Failed to leave property upon order by the owner. So yeah, she didn't want to leave. She probably got evicted, and she didn't want to pay her rent. She didn't want to go back to miserable Missouri, peculiar place in Missouri that ran out of money, couldn't make it.
Or
you know,
she liked her vacation rental.
She liked her vacation rental too much, and she didn't want to go back to Missouri. I'm like, I'm staying in Naples, and they're like, sure, we'll put you in a Naples jail. It's like, I'd rather be in jail here than back in Missouri. So, okay, then we have a few guys. These guys are probably weed possession, I wouldn't doubt. Yeah, buddy, Medina Joseph. This guy's definitely Cuban. This guy looks like the most belligerent. Is that even a word, belligerent?
Belligerent?
Yeah, it's just like insubordinate looking guy I've ever seen.
Yep.
Open container should be a ticket unless they are drunk.
Uh-huh.
Well, the thing is, like, about open container is they're drunk in front of somebody's business and they're homeless, so the only way they can really get rid of the nuisance is by arresting them. This guy is from Cape Coral. He looks like he's Cuban. And he looks like the most insolent person I've ever seen. Let's see what he did.
Yeah.
Resisting arrest, trespassing after a warning, and disorderly conduct. Yeah.
Wow.
Just look at this. You can just look at him and be like, this guy is not gonna. This guy's gonna be trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can just tell. Let's see here. Haven't seen anybody I know yet. Jose Tomas. Let's keep going through these arrests here. What are you guys up to, man? I asked my mom when my uncle cut off his hair and took off the back door. I asked my mom why my uncle cut off his hair and took out of the back door. Okay. So, let's see here. Okay, so the last Nancy, see, like every once in a while, like a random white person gets arrested. It's usually like for drugs or DUI. I would bet that this is a white woman, probably a DUI. Oh, she hit an old person. You know what? She was like, you know what, you old person. Yeah. I'm a sympathizer. Some of these old people in Naples need to get a good beating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if Elmore County has decided. No, they don't have it. They don't make prison jail fun in Alabama. Florida is very accommodating. Let me tell you, jail. How do I go to jail? No, I mean not how I actually go to jail, but you know what I'm saying.
Try Jefferson.
What about Ottawa County? I love how they can see everything we've been doing on the internet when I do this.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, Ottawa County arrest. It's also called an inmate rooster. Maybe they'll have it up. Maybe we can see if they posted whoever got arrested for that shooting they had a few days ago. 2 shootings on Sunday in Prattville. Let me tell you, the world's going crazy. Don't understand the concept of this life. Go watch something else, Angelo E, if you don't understand it. We're just looking at arrests. We're at home hanging out.
Huh. They actually
We're hanging out. Like this is what we do. We stay home, and like Katie's like, let's do a live stream. I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, topic. Just what are we doing? We're looking at arrest reports.
Looking at arrest records.
That's what we're doing. We're looking at
drinking some sparkling wine.
That's
Water.
it. I mean, we're just at home, wondering who got arrested. That's the basic. That's it. Nothing more than that. I mean, Florida man. Who doesn't like Florida man? And Naples is like the holy grail of it all. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so, whoa! We ended up in an endless. Alright, so let's get back to this. So, here back to Prattville. This is mostly the Prattville area. This guy escaped. See, like, look at the difference between these people. Like, theft and paraphernalia, okay. You know, like,
Yep.
yeah, it's very different. Like, when you look at the arrest here, Bobby, it's just his name,
different.
Bobby Ray. It's just the name, so country. The type of arrest that you get here in Alabama, so this is the Prattville area. The type of arrest you get here is, I love how they put right here, so you can just scroll through, you don't have to click on them. Contempt of court for theft. So like, sir, I did not take his watermelon. It fell in my truck next to all the other things I took. So very country people. Look at this guy. Like, they all look very country. That's the difference between like Alabama people and like these are the arrests up here in Prattville. Like totally different from Naples.
Yep.
I mean, very different. Like different charges too. Like negotiating a worthless instrument, hold from other agency, unlawful breaking and entry into a vehicle. Ooh, that's kind of odd. Hey, wasn't this the guy that was hanging out over there in Prattville the day we were downtown?
Yeah.
That's him, right? He's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Let's see. It might be the guy that we were hanging out with over there. Remember? Does it say where he's from? No, he lives in Prattville. They're from Louisiana. Okay, so you know, but yeah, it's a totally different crowd of people. You can just look at them. You know, like over here in Alabama, you can get arrested for. Oh my gosh, look at this! You can get arrested for that. He didn't show his insurance and he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. You can get arrested for that.
Mm-hmm.
For real? You can get arrested for that in Alabama?
Refusing to show your insurance.
He didn't have insurance and he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. You can get arrested for that. That's crazy. Promote prison contraband. Okay. So he could have been a guard and he got caught, you know, smuggling in some stuff, some tobacco or something. Receiving stolen property. Unlawful possession of controlled substance. Failure to appear. So yeah, it's definitely very different here in Florida, in Alabama, versus Alabama. It's just two totally different worlds. So you can tell people here, they kind of look more country. And then, you know, like things that are really common here in my county, in Elmore County, when they do have it up, you get a lot of domestic disputes are really common here. And murder is actually pretty common here. Like this person discharged firearm into a building or train. So yeah, like murder. There it is, murder. Like murder is a very common charge here in Alabama, believe it or not. I think the most, like things that stand out the most about the Alabama area is murder. There's a lot of murders in Alabama. And there's also a lot of, lots of murders and lots of like domestic cases. They're really common here. But, you know, again, compare these people here in Alabama. Oh, this guy's got some other stuff going on. This guy's Korean, and he has some serious charges. So that's an oddball here. He's going to have a hard time in there. Ooh. So, yeah, I mean, domestic violence, like I said, is very common here. Like, that's a very common charge here in Alabama. So, yeah, stuff like that. This is also very common here in Alabama. Like, here's one right here. And you guys saw him. So, on this page, there's two of them. So, it's a very common thing here in Alabama. You know, people are kind of predatory here. So, I think murder, predatory behavior, domestic abuse are some of the most common things you see up here for some reason. And then you got stuff like, you know, contempt of court. Like, you have to, like, you know, here, if you go to court, it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Probation violations, stuff like that. It's also pretty common here. So, it's definitely, like, crime in Florida and Alabama are definitely different. But let's get back to Florida. This is what you guys want to see. What'd she do? Beat up an old person. I don't blame her. Like I said, some of them old people in Florida need a good beating. I don't blame her. If she's in custody, I'll bail her out. This is a white woman. Of course, she's not in custody. But white people in Florida got money. That's the difference between white people in Florida and white people in Alabama. White people in Florida got money. You would expect they would. So yeah, she got bailed out. Yeah, you never see like a white woman in Florida getting arrested who doesn't post her bail. She's posting her bail. All right, so let's go into 6-1. So it's like I said, it's a very different demographic of a really different situation. The biggest insult to Talladega, Sakaya Mill Village. Hey Jose, don't have to make fun of Alabama folks. We do that to our town's his comment sections. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just pointing out how it's different.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge smells like fuel and smog, but I feel like they failed to take an actual tour. Oh, so Angelo, you're mad at me because you didn't like the video I did of Baton Rouge because you're probably from there. So that's what you're actually mad about. You're mad because I went to your town and I didn't do the video the way you wanted, but that's kind of, sometimes you just get my raw personal opinion. So, I don't know. So you guys, don't argue about dumb stuff like that. Alright, let's keep it moving, y'all. Okay, so, the Hernandez Naleli, what a weird name. Let's see some of these arrests, see if anybody catches my attention here. Look at the variety of... See, it's very different. Like, in Florida, it's a whole, like different thing up there. It's just different. It really is. Crime is different in Florida to Alabama. It's a whole different world. Alright, y'all. Let's please wait. We're waiting for Collier County. 14 matches. Not bad. I'm surprised my internet's actually working fast enough to run all these things at once, especially a live stream at the same time. But, let's see here. Danny Robinson. There was one person that I know that I saw who was arrested. Let me see if I can find this person. And then we'll look at some real estate or something together. You guys are arguing about different states. There's a lot of rivalry between different states. I mean, like, it's interesting how much rivalry there is between states. What do you think, Katie? Nothing at all?
Yeah, there is a lot of rivalry.
Like, people in Texas are starting to really hate people in Alabama because the space program used to be in Texas, now it's in Alabama.
Yep.
So people in Texas, they really hate Alabama right now. People in Florida hate people in Alabama a lot.
People in Oklahoma don't like people from Texas.
Yeah. People in Alabama don't like people from Michigan. How about that? And people from Michigan don't like people from Ohio. Yeah, so there's a lot of rivalry. And in fact, if you look at my comments right now, you guys are arguing about rivalry between states. This is a common... I don't get it. I don't care about rivalry between states. I'll live anywhere. I'll live wherever people treat me right. That's it.
This is the best drink I've had in a while. It is that bubbly brand, sparkling
White
blueberry pomegranate.
White woman, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. Millennial, white woman, bubbly pomegranate, white woman, suburban star.
I have a channel called Super Karen you might want to check out.
Did you upload anything to it today?
I did. You have to approve them.
I have to approve them. How about we watch it together now?
Jose.
No, I have to approve it. All right. We'll do it. Rosaline Alphonse. Look at this guy. Reynaldo. I've seen this guy around town.
Yeah.
I think. Henry Felix. Open container in Immokalee. I'd bet on this. He's from Immokalee. He's still in custody. And he was arrested for open container. Like, you can just guess this one. Narcotic. Well, okay. Close enough. Coke. Oh, wow. He had money for coke at some point. That's crazy. Must have been crack, though. Again, coke. Wow. Trespassing. So, yeah, he's homeless. Open container. There it is. This guy's got a long history here. He's had open container and coke is his drug of choice. Even though he lives in Immokalee. Wow. I don't know how you can afford that in Immokalee. She looks like she's from Alabama. Even her name. Doesn't her name sound like an Alabama name? Look at her name. Beth Ann Manning. What'd she do? She hit somebody.
She looks like
DUI.
a real housewife.
Yeah, she looks like somebody from Alabama. Even her name sounds like a Mary Lou Beth Ann. Sounds like an Alabama name. Let's see here. So what happened to... I saw one person that I know earlier. I can't find him anymore. Somebody I grew up with, pretty much. Alright, so let's see these comments. Nia, if they are on arrest record pages, they already ruined themselves publicly. A rapper called Baby 40, a gangster, look at a charge. Baby 40. I've never heard of him. Let's find out. Baby 40. Baby. I love how they can see what I've been looking up when I do this. You can just get up.
You did not look up Baby Shark or Yoda. I can pretty much.
Baby 40? Is that a rapper? Maybe he's on the news. Nope, not on the news.
Don't even.
Nope.
Google doesn't know who Baby 40 is.
Not even Google knows who that guy is. Anytime, look at this guy, Rodriguez Morales. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be related to this guy. He's from Hialeah Gardens. Anytime you see a Cuban that's Rodriguez Morales, you gotta watch out for this guy. From Hialeah Gardens. Driving drunk through Naples.
Oh, that sounds.
Submitted a DUI. Anybody from Hialeah Gardens is trouble. Let's see here. Jorge Sanchez. But no, I mean, like, again, guilty until proven innocent, or whatever the crap they say, right? Lots of disclaimers on this video.
Innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
They're quilty.
They wanted to be part of the American duodecimal system.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. I'm looking for insolent-looking people. Like, this guy looks... Rogelio Hernandez looks insolent. You guys saw this lady. If you're just tuning in, another person that I know. It's not who... So this lady here, who I know, I've met, used a deadly weapon, a machete. So, yeah, a machete. Look what happens when you write Naples. When you write machete on the internet, the word Naples comes up. Because in Naples, Florida, you don't go for a weapon, you go for a machete. I've seen a lot of these people around Naples.
Yeah.
So, let's see some of these comments. Check out Highland. Oh, yeah, Redneck Granny. Yeah, I bet Highlands County would be interesting. Might want to check that out in a minute here. Look at this guy. So, does he have gold teeth? He's showing his gold teeth. Is that a thing in Florida now? You get arrested and you smile to let the judge know you want to go to prison? How does that work? Like, your mugshot is the first thing a judge sees, and you're showing off your gold teeth. Like, that's a Florida thing. Like, okay, I'm already in jail. And his crimes are stupid. This guy's going in for, you know, like stupid driving. Like, it's not like he's a hardened criminal. Well, he
might be.
He might be a little bit. I mean, his crimes are all like petty crimes. It's not like he's like pulling bank robberies. But he's got to show you the gold teeth. I hope they're gold teeth. I couldn't imagine his teeth being that ugly.
No association.
Yeah. Here's a white woman, Coletta. Tiffany. What'd she do? Open container, really? Where was she arrested?
She's only 5 years older than us, and she looks
Oh
like
my gosh.
She could be my mother.
She looks like she could be my grandma. She looks old. Why is this girl in black and white? Bonita Springs. Hendricks? Bonita Springs. How old is she? She's a year older than us.
Yeah.
She don't look bad.
No.
Last name Hendricks. And there's some Bonita. Getting arrested in Naples. What did she do? DUI.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, typical. Here's Melonhead right here. So if you hadn't seen the beginning of the video, imagine coming home from work or like you go out to dinner and you find Alan Osorio Martinez taking a shower in your bathroom. He thought it was his girlfriend's house. So let's see what his charges were. Imagine walking in your house and finding this big-headed, watermelon-head-looking guy taking a shower in your house, trespassing on a structure, and he's been on drugs before. That's not surprising. Yeah, trespassing. Can you imagine? Like, yeah, my bad. Oh, you're not my girlfriend. Never mind. You know? I'm looking for somebody that I Sanchez. Oh, Sanchez is always a good last name. Sanchez is always a good last name. So yeah, the types of imbeciles you get down there in Florida, it's a special breed.
It is fun. Yeah.
Like I bet like 90% of arrest records in the United States are people like this. Just normal looking people, country looking people. Oh look, Chavez Rodolfo Luna. So he's Spanish and he has a really nasty charge.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is what like, wow, this is really common in Alabama. I'm not gonna read it because I don't want to read it, but you can see it right here. This is really common in like I can't stress enough how common it is in Alabama. So in Alabama, people really abuse other people. Let's see what we got here. Failure to appear is common. Making threats. That's not good. Destruction of property by a prisoner. So if you're a prisoner, you can't destroy property?
Apparently.
Isn't that what a prisoner is supposed to do? Like, you can get arrested while you're already a prisoner?
Oh, yeah.
Dang. Maybe he, like, tried to set a fire or something.
Obstructing government operations.
They don't play around in Alabama. When they get you here, they get you. Dude, look, this is so common here in Alabama. This right here is very common. There's a lot of, like, creepy people in Alabama. Let me tell you. Neck tattoo or chest tattoo, probation violation. You notice how women in Alabama are more gangster than guys?
Yeah.
What's that mean? I think that might be a
chemical endangerment of a child.
Oh wow, or maybe it means like you had a. Let's find out. What does that charge mean? There has to be like a definition for that in Alabama. I love how I can see Goya Cuban crackers. Look at our search history. Okay, Ford F-150 parts, Alabama map, lighting from my Yukon, AR-12, Goya Cuban crackers. I mean, like, our search history is something else right there. What does that mean? I'm sure I don't want to see an image of whatever it means. It's a charge, but what does it mean? What does it mean? Oh, so it means...
Yeah.
So you put a child in danger.
Yeah.
Of chemicals. So basically, she endangered a child through chemicals, which could be, I don't know, burning plastic in your front yard with
More
kids.
like her kid
Walking to her meth lab. Like her kid got in her meth lab, basically.
Or
Yeah.
like the kid.
This guy looks like he's Cuban. He looks like a Cuban. Doesn't he look Cuban? Mm-hmm. If I saw this guy on the street, look at this, 3 of these. Wow, that's serious. Murder is really common in Alabama. Like, don't play games in Alabama. They will literally kill you here. Here in Alabama, it's either like no proof, failure to appear. It's either like a guy who did like nothing, like these guys here, like really small stuff can get you arrested in Alabama. Or like it goes from like no proof of insurance to like trying to kill 3 people. That's Alabama for you. Yeah, so here in Alabama, don't play games in Alabama. They'll kill you. I can't believe how common this is in Alabama. Back to Florida. More exciting things in Florida. There's one person that I know that got arrested, and I can't find her. Can't find her. Look at this guy. He's got to be from Immokalee. Anybody that has a neck tattoo on their... Yeah, Immokalee. Charming. Tattoos all over his face. Oh, yeah. Without... No paying child support.
Yep.
Possession of controlled substance. Can you stop sneezing on me?
I don't know if I can.
It's not his first time not paying child support. So this guy's a habitual not paying child support. So look here carefully, woman. If you're in the Immokalee area, this guy is not going to take care of his children, so don't let him take care of you, basically.
Yeah.
So I can't believe I didn't find her. Oh well. Y'all want to look at some real estate? Or y'all want to look at some more Alabama? What are y'all up to? We got 38 people. Let's say what's up to them. Hold on, y'all. What are you doing? You're like sneezing on me?
I don't know why.
Show me your tongue again. Okay. So we got 38 people, y'all. I wonder which state is the most dangerous to live in per capita. Most dangerous? Alaska. Probably Alaska. I think Alaska would be really dangerous.
Nate, are you scared?
Dang, Alaska. Yeah, Alaska's scary.
Yeah.
Most dangerous place to live, probably Alaska.
Yeah, you got the Kodiaks up there.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. Yeah, Alaska would probably be really dangerous. Maybe Mississippi, Louisiana. Don't play games in Louisiana,
I don't play games here.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how many murder charges there are here. That's Ottawa County. We saw like 10 murder charges in the last little bit. So, yeah, Alabama definitely don't play games out here. Like, literally, I'm not even lying. If I'm going to the grocery store at night, always you gotta have it on you. It's Alabama at night, and I live in a suburb. I live in Millbrook, Prattville. These are suburbs out here.
Yeah.
And literally, even though these are suburbs, if you're going out at night, you better have it on you. And I'm not even going to get into details, but it's very dangerous out here. Like, Sunday, there were 2 shootings in Prattville. And these are suburbs. Nice places, by the way. Great places to live. But don't go out at night.
Like, today, I had to go to the grocery store. So, I went before it got dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alabama's pretty dangerous. And again, we don't even live in a bad area. Like, I'm uploading a video now, and I had to edit a part out of the video. It's a drive around in Birmingham, and we literally almost got killed.
Yeah.
Because we drove into a neighborhood, and we accidentally recorded a hand-to-hand transaction, and they noticed that we recorded it, and then they chased us in a black SUV. 4 guys were in the SUV. I mean, literally, we could have literally got killed. We were like this close to having got, because we were doing a drive around video like we do for our channel, and it just turned out that for some reason, while we're doing our drive around, we accidentally recorded a drug transaction, and they came at us. They saw that we were recording and that we got it on camera, and they came at us. And I don't know what they were planning. They might have shot it. They were maybe thinking about shooting us up or whatever. But it was very tense. So, yeah, Alabama is super dangerous. Like, I think I have, like, I told Katie, like, we talked last night, and I was like, dude, we're making a lot of money in Alabama. We're doing good. But it is so dangerous to be here. It really is dangerous in Alabama. Like, you really have to be... It's almost like you get desensitized to violence. Like, I think Alabama is probably more dangerous than Northwest Miami, or about the same. You definitely get desensitized to violence. Like, we have been in life to death situations probably twice in the last month. Like, you really have to be on point. Like, it's very violent here, but you make more money. It's more affordable. I don't know, but it's definitely dangerous. Like if you're going out at night, you need to look around the parking lot, and you need to and I don't know, like, it might depend like what type of car you drive. Like, we really stand out because you can just kind of tell we're a little bit different, so we have to be more alert. Yeah. We're not the regular like hicks around here. Like, we're just kind of like I guess we could scale down. Like, if we bought an old pickup truck now, we bought an old Ford truck. Maybe we could put tags on that and just use that as when we go out at night. We have the work truck. We don't use it enough.
We have a work truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it really doesn't cost too much to register things here in Alabama.
Like $30.
The only thing that would be a little bit more expensive would be the insurance.
No, it wouldn't bother. No, we already have 2 cars. If you have 2 cars and you get a 3rd car, it doesn't really go up a lot. They already you can't drive 3 cars at once, so it doesn't once you have so many cars, it doesn't go up much higher, because they figure you can't crash 2 cars at once.
Yeah.
Like, 2 people can't drive 3 cars at once, so it doesn't really increase your insurance a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways, you really gotta be on point. Alabama's super dangerous. Like, I don't know if anybody's watching that lives in Alabama, and again, it might depend on your particular specific like if you look a certain way, you might not have to worry, but we really struggle with it.
Yeah. I just make sure that I don't go out at night alone.
Yeah, Baton Rouge, I hear, is really bad for a small city. I've heard that a lot. Baton Rouge, and you would never tell going through, you couldn't tell Baton Rouge was bad, going through there. Excuse me. And, that's the other thing about Alabama is it might fool you. We're in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Prattville and Millbrook are suburbs, don't go out at night. Like, it's cheap, it's nice, people are friendly, but at night when you go out there, you at least gotta have it on you, and you gotta be alert. Albuquerque is also a very sorry city. Yeah, like you would never tell like Baton Rouge is like that. Like, you just look at the crime rates in Baton Rouge, and you're like, wow. Or you hear the stories that come out of Baton Rouge, but you're driving around Baton Rouge, it doesn't look any different than any other city.
I've been seeing some comments lately about like our videos and how it's changed in the last few weeks. We've had his dad here, so we haven't been.
Yeah, we're not doing as much.
Yeah, we're not doing.
I got
as
Dad
much.
here, and I want to just enjoy it with him. Slow down. In Alabama, you need a concealed carry. It's really easy. You can get it from your county. So, like when you get your concealed carry in Alabama, you have to walk into the prison or the jail. Jail. So I have it as a concealed carry. She can open carry in Alabama. You don't need a permit to open carry. You need a permit to conceal carry. I don't ever conceal carry unless I'm in the car. So your open carry does not validate it in a car. So for me to have in a car, I have to have that concealed carry.
Yeah. And we're always together, so for me, I don't see it's necessary for me.
Yeah. I don't want her
I don't
to
want
have to do that, but she doesn't go out at night by herself. I just can't do that. But well, anyways, yeah, you can get it, and it's like $30, I think, and to get it, like you walk into the prison where the inmates are. By the way, like I literally got in a line where there were inmates, like they were getting like their cards or something like replaced or something. So you get in, you walk into the prison or the jail or whatever. Like there's bars around you, there's security, and there's inmates in uniform in a line with you. And you walk up to the jail, and they give you your carry license or whatever inside the jail. And when they gave it to me, the guy was like, "Look around. You see this prison? You want to look? You want to like?" The guy's like, "You want to go in there and see what it's like in here?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Look around, because if you use your gun inappropriately, this is where you're gonna come." So I think it's a very neat thing because, so when they give it to you in Alabama, you go to your sheriff, and I guess our sheriff in my county, when they give you that permit, they take you into the prison so you can like not like inside, but like you're in there with the inmates and stuff, and you can kind of see what the jail looks like, and it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna give you this permit, but if you use it in the wrong way, you're in this prison. Look around, like this is where you're gonna come to. So it's just a very good reminder that yes, you have this concealed carry permit, but you're not gonna don't do anything stupid because you're gonna come back to this building. You want to come back to this building to renew it in 2 years, not because you used it inappropriately. In Texas, you don't need a license now. I didn't like Texas. I didn't like Texas at all. And if you're from Texas, I don't have a problem with you. We visited friends in Texas. Like I have friends in Texas. I have family in Texas. I don't have a problem against you being from Texas. Actually, be flattered that we drove all the way to Texas.
And I still want to go back and see more of Texas. I just don't want to live there.
Not from what I saw.
There's places that all over the world you want to go to, but you may not want to live there.
Yeah. And what's crazy about Texas is there's more Latinos there, so Latinos automatically assume, oh, there's more Latinos here, so it's not going to be hateful towards you. No, it's actually more. I think more than Alabama. Actually, it's more open than Alabama. It's crazy. It's actually worse than Alabama somehow, even though there's more Latinos. So, because Latinos are a larger percentage of the population of a place, that doesn't mean that it's better to be Latino there, and that's a huge misconception people have. Just because there's a large Latino community in a place doesn't mean that, like Lehigh Acres is 40% Latino, and it's probably one of the most hateful places ever. The people that live there hate anybody who's not from Florida. It's crazy. So no, I didn't like Texas too much. I didn't like Texas too much at all. Good morning from Dusseldorf. What's up?
Dusseldorf.
Broken hand. I know. I hope you recover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like motorcycles. I'm telling you. Karstine, I do not like motorcycles. I had an accident with a motorcycle in Bonita Springs, Florida, one time, and I was like, yep, this is not for me. I don't like motorcycles at all. But I understand maybe where where it was more common. South Pride. I've had a few people tell me South Pride Island School, but that's a long drive. If I go there, I might as well cross over to Tamaulipas. But I don't have my passport in order. I guess with these new restrictions, I don't see a purpose to renew it. I'm never gonna go back to Cuba again.
Mhm.
Maybe Canada or Mexico
Mhm.
or Haiti. I want to go to Haiti.
Yeah.
So I can hear people say actually right now they're in a war, horrible situation going on there. But let's see what you guys got going on. So yeah, but seriously though, I think as far as dangerous places, Alabama is super dangerous. And for some people, it's not dangerous because they don't go out at night. But like we're from Naples, Florida, we go out at night all the time. It's what we do in Florida.
In Florida, it's more nocturnal.
It's a nocturnal place. It really is because there's so much sunlight. Like like one thing that like interested me about Alabama was like when I first got here, I was like, wow, you don't have sunshine like every single day. You have cloudy days, you have rainy days, and that kind of mellows you out. I think that's why Florida's so crazy is because you have like constant, at least South Florida, Naples and Miami, it's constant sunlight every single day, and then you're drinking coffee. Everybody's like hyped up. It's a very like nocturnal, wild place, and the humidity makes it more nocturnal. Places that were the heat and humidity, like in the desert, like in Arab countries and all that, where they're kind of nocturnal because it's so hot in the daytime that you go shopping and do stuff at night. And in South Florida, it's to a degree is like that. Like, you can be in Naples at 12 o'clock at night. In US 41, there's traffic. 11:30, 12. You go into town now, and there ain't nothing here in Alabama. Like at 9 o'clock, it's shut down. So it's a different lifestyle. There's places like South Florida, Miami, where you go into Miami at 12 o'clock at night, and it's like people are out doing stuff. Naples too, very nocturnal places. It's different. But definitely Alabama, man. We've had two very scary. Well, was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, like we literally were like we're these people are literally gonna kill us. Like again, we're doing a drive around video. We drive into a street. There's people outside. I was like, there's people on the road. That's never good. They do a hand-in-hand transaction in front of us, and then they notice our cameras. They follow us 3 blocks. So we're 3 blocks away. I knew they were coming for me. So I thought, okay, I could drive away, but if I told them, I'm already thinking, okay, when I drove past, I knew they were gonna chase us down. But I said, if I act erratically, then it's gonna be even more suspicious, and then it's gonna put us in a position where we're gonna have to react. So I kept driving in the same direction where I knew they could see me. I drove slow. When they pulled up next to me, I let them look at me, and I was like, I'm just gonna hope that we don't look suspicious, because if I drive erratically or if I try to evade them, then they're just gonna shoot us up.
Yeah.
So we didn't. And then was it 2 months ago or a month ago? We were in Montgomery recording at night, and we got in the middle of a shootout in all directions. And like when you watch that video where the shootout, like it might seem like there was only one person shooting, but that's because we muzzled the camera was on the outside, and we had it muzzled with tape.
Yeah.
We put tape in napkins on the microphones with tape over it, so the muzzle the microphone. So you can only hear the gunshot in front of us, but there's people shooting behind us, on this side of us, and on the other side of us. You heard the gun on this side, but there's people shooting all the way around us. It was like the whole neighborhood was shooting in all directions. There's gunshot everywhere. Like, it's absolutely insane here. Like, the violence is just, and I mean, just look at the arrest reports. Like, murder, like, shootings, like, every day. It's insane. So I think Alabama, the violence is definitely, stay at home at night and all that is definitely a thing here in Alabama. Just like it was in other, like when we visit Cuba, you don't go out at night in Cuba.
Yeah. Or my favorite saying of one of your aunts, "Oh, it's a nice neighborhood. You just can't go out at night."
Yeah, like in Naples, Florida, I would go fishing all night long. Like if I went fishing here in Alabama all night long, you would probably have somebody try to stick you up. What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah, I would be a very like if I told like in Naples, Florida, like we used to go fishing at night all the time. Like I would literally be like, it would be normal for me to leave my house and go fishing at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Totally normal.
Yep.
Would I go fishing here at night?
No.
Not a chance. I mean, to go to the grocery store at night.
If I had my own creek, if I had my own like lake in my backyard on acreage, I would do it, but no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to walk outside at night just to go to put the garbage out because
Yeah.
like, you know, you can go outside right now at night and there might be like coyotes running in
Yeah,
my
you
yard.
could hear coyotes.
Yeah, there would be coyotes running or a bobcat running through your yard. So yeah.
I've seen cows run through our property. So
Yeah. It's just you go outside, you don't know what you're gonna see out.
Yeah.
It's wild. But it's a human aspect, not a natural aspect.
yeah.
Um,
One night we were just about to settle in to go to bed, and we hear thump.
yeah, we're sleeping. We already we turn off the lights, and this thing goes boom. And I'm thinking, okay, somebody's breaking into our house. So we have a routine. She grabs her guns, I grab my guns. We have a routine, by the way.
Yeah.
Because being on YouTube and all that, we're ready. We're constantly
Ready.
in fear. We're constantly paranoid. So like routine, boom. She's got her thing going on. I got my thing going on. I go outside and there's a bobcat on the roof of my shed. So apparently this bobcat was up on a tree, and for some reason
Decided to jump on
on our shed, which is like a metal roof. So like imagine this like bobcat just going landing on my shed. And I'm outside like this with like a, you know, and it's a bobcat, like, it's wild. I think eventually, and I don't even think like Naples is going crazy, Miami isn't going crazy. Like, I don't think moving back to Florida is going to fix how violent the world's become. I think the world just has become a violent place in general.
And we're not.
It's
if
everywhere.
you're looking for us to move back to Florida, we're not. We have no interest in that. We'll go back and do videos
Lots
and
of
stuff like
visits.
that. But we're not going to live there.
No. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna live in Florida. And not like Florida's not dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like Florida has become like the whole world's become dangerous. Like the world of 2021 after 2020, the world changed dramatically. Like cities that had like crime in the United States have been declining since like what the 80s or something, and like in the 2000s, crime is I think 2021
Well, we had those
lockdowns.
I didn't know if I could say the word.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But yeah, the world changed a lot.
Well, because of the situation, you've had people inside their house. They're more anxious. They're more depressed.
There's more people on drugs.
There's more volatile. I mean, we have anxiety and depression, and we're a little bit. We've had to go out and still have our clarity intact.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The world changed completely, and there's other countries that are still in lockdowns. So, like people I think in the United States don't get is, like we're in lockdowns. We're not even, it's normal. Life is back to normal in the United States. There's countries that are locked down worse than ever. Oppressive governments.
Yeah.
Italy, Cuba. There's countries that are very oppressive right now.
Yeah, if you see us, if you've been watching for a while, you know, we were in the middle of the situation. When the situation started, we were going out and doing stuff, and we didn't even know if we could.
Bear spray, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we first started doing videos, like we went to Jacksonville. In the middle of the lockdowns, when the YouTubers, what's this guy out of California? Adam the Woo was terrified, and we went to Jacksonville during the lockdowns.
Yup.
When everybody
we went into Georgia.
We went into Miami Beach.
We moved.
During all of that.
During everything. And
in fact, if we hadn't moved, I told Katie,
we wouldn't be able to.
I told Katie, we're not going to buy into this fear. We moved when everything was locked down. And I was sick during my showing of our house in Naples.
Yeah.
And when I got here, I was a little bit better when I did our paperwork here. But when we left Naples, I'm pretty sure I had some serious stuff going on, and we sold our house sick pretty much.
Yeah.
I was really sick, so we risked a lot. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna buy into this fear. Like, if everybody's afraid, I told Kate, I knew people were gonna go crazy and buy houses afterwards. So I said, we gotta move. So we moved like in the middle of lockdown.
Yeah, because people like, especially now, they've been in their house for a year. They're like, I don't want to be in here anymore. Let's find another one.
Yeah.
I don't want to see these same four walls.
That's what I told Katie. Katie, if I'm gonna be locked down like this, I want to have a 5-acre yard where I can go outside and hit a deer in my backyard.
Yeah. We ended up only getting 1 acre, but this is good.
It's good
We
because
like
the
our
people
house.
around us have 20 acres, 7 acres, so whatever.
Yeah.
It feels like the animals, and it's all wooded, so the animals come through our yard a lot. So.
And we've been working to make this house nice, and we enjoy it. This is a lot of space for us.
You can see blue tape on the wall. We're gonna start painting in here soon.
Yeah. And you see that tile and carpet we don't like. That's getting switched out soon. And Jose doesn't exactly know it yet, but the cabinets are getting painted. And new hardware. Pulls and knobs.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did you take the cash money that I had on my wall today?
Maybe.
That's my money. You can't just take my cash money. I've been stacking up cash money to buy a gun I want to buy.
Exactly why I took it.
I want to buy a AR-12. It's basically an AR platform that shoots 12 gauge ammunition, which is one of the most varied. I want to shoot up that Ford truck. You took my cash money, man.
Are you gonna cry? I didn't want to use the bank
You stole my money.
to buy your dad groceries.
He's got food stamps. He can buy his own groceries.
He doesn't have any way to get there.
Drive him.
Like he's gonna want to go anywhere.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, he doesn't understand how dangerous it is to live out here.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, let's go to the grocery store tonight. I'm like, let's go in the morning. Let's see what we got going on here, y'all. I like Florida, Arizona, Nevada. Walmart used to be open all night here. Yeah, they don't open Walmart at night. The world sucks, man. No wonder people are going crazy. But I don't think it's just Alabama. I think in Florida, it's dangerous now. I think everywhere is dangerous now. It's just the world is a different place now. It is a dangerous, sad place. The world is a dangerous, sad place now. And we have to just kind of live in this dangerous, sad world. Can you stop walking in the background? Bling,
I like walking.
bling cuerpo. There. That's like the weirdest thing you could do. Like, I'm doing a live stream, and you're walking around the background. Like, what the crap, dude?
Yep. I'm a weird person.
You are. You're creeping out my subscribers, man. But, alright, so moving to Coleman, Alabama soon. Can't wait. Love Alabama and Georgia. Move from Alabama. Yeah, so, like, Coleman, Alabama is supposed to be the most racist place in Alabama. Unless you're white, then it's actually pretty nice. And that's really the thing about Coleman, where people say it's the most racist place in Alabama. I'm like, it's also one of the nicest small towns in Alabama.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went there and there's Mexican restaurants and there's black people. I don't know. The town has a horrible reputation. There's no doubt about that.
Hey, Jose.
A reputation for being hateful, but it's a very clean, nice little town. I like it.
I like that town a lot.
I like it. I'd move there.
There's a place I want to check out. I've seen it. I saw it in a news article that I really, really want to check out next time we're in that area. Yeah. And I have something else to tell you.
You're pregnant.
That would be a surprise even to me.
Okay.
I did something today other than going to Publix.
That is my AR-12 moment.
I went to Starbucks. I only
Only you think this is funny. You left paraphernalia from Starbucks in my car. I saw it. I hop in my car. I put on my Hot Boys 800 Degrees album or whatever, and I'm thinking I'm about to go like, I feel like a G. And I look over there and I see a Starbucks, and I felt like the most millennial, suburban,
Well, you are.
soft crap ever.
But I am millennial.
Every year I get closer and closer to being like those street preachers who live in a cabin out in the woods. Yeah. And that's pretty much where a lot of people are at, man. Which is like, if the world's going to be this... It's okay, we're moving further out. When we move again,
Yeah.
we're not moving back into a city. Like Coleman, Alabama, I would love to live there.
Yeah.
If it's the most racist, backward place, that's where I want to live. Because whatever's going on in the rest of the world, I don't want to be a part of it. I want to be as secluded. And I've even considered places like Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Arkansas. Like,
we went to Oklahoma last month. The only thing positive I can say about it, it was the best dinner I've ever had in my life, but I really did not like the state. There was a lot of
first of all, the town that we were in was like the trashiest. The only business that had customers was their weed dispensary.
yeah. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that. Thanks you for
Yeah.
saying it.
The weed dispensary was the only place in the whole town that had customers.
Yeah.
That's sad,
Yeah.
really. And then the real estate prices were comparable to where we live in Alabama. I'm like, well, you tell me it snows here,
Yep.
it's windy, there's no trees, and the only thing in town that's open is a weed dispensary. And it costs the same as
Yeah.
Alabama?
I've been telling Jose we should move to.
Hialeah.
No. I barely want to go there. It's
You
interesting
barely
when I
wanna-
do.
Sorry?
Well, I've been there so many times. There's so many other places I want to go.
Hialeah is exciting every single time you go
I
there.
know, but I want to see if other places can compare to
You know how
the
I told you-
excitement
You know
of
how I told
Hialeah.
you? You know how I told you we're going to go to Michigan?
You lied.
We're going to go to the Opelika Hialeah Flea Market. That's where we're going to go. Again, for the 40th time. And we're going to
Will
have...
you buy me another purse?
Let's look at these comments. So, I mean, Coleman, Alabama is one of those places where people say it's backwards and blah, 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 but maybe in today's world, backwards is good.
Yeah. We buy all my purses at the Opelika flea market.
Let me tell you, Coleman, Alabama is that place where people don't watch the news. Okay? Type of place where when there was an ammo shortage in the whole country, we left with like 4 boxes of ammo.
I think we're going back
I
tomorrow.
like Coleman a lot. It's a clean town. I don't understand what the crap. People are friendly until they find out you're not really white. I'm just playing. I like Coleman.
Can we go there tomorrow?
I know somebody from Coleman,
Yeah.
and they told me the town's history in detail and pretty much collaborates what people tell me, but I don't think it's actually like that anymore.
No.
I don't know. But just because Alabama had a horrible reputation and we're here,
Yeah.
and somehow we're still alive. Alright, y'all. I will buy a house. You're buying a house in Bonita Springs. If you can afford Bonita Springs, it's nice. It's never going to be as nice as it used to
Yeah.
be. There's no doubt about that. Bonita Springs is nice. It's just a different... It's like
There is an
Traffic is
area of
gotten hard.
town that floods really bad if there is a hurricane.
Oh,
so
yeah.
watch out for that.
Make sure you look in the flood zones
Yeah.
in Bonita Springs. There's houses in Bonita Springs where the water was to the windows,
Yeah.
and now they're on the market for $320,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. I hope these people who are buying these houses,
Like, you couldn't get to that part of town for a month.
yeah.
After
A month.
A month.
Imagine a month. Your house has water inside of it to the windows for a month, not a week or a day.
Yep.
A month. You guys saw all these rain showers we just had here in Alabama on these videos. We had rain, rain, rain.
Yep.
Guess what? It rains and then it drains away because it's red clay that sucks it up and it's gone.
In Florida, it's sand.
It's sand. So make sure you look into flooding. Flooding is definitely a concern, Bonita. Flooding is like definitely a concern, Bonita. And traffic. I think flooding and traffic are probably the biggest things. And how how overpriced Bonita is. But it's a very nice town.
It used to be where in the center of town, you get a house for, what, 100 or under?
76. How much did my brother buy for? 76?
Yeah.
What a moron. He would have held on to the house. It'd be worth $500,000 today.
Yeah.
Dumb, dumb, dumb. You could have bought a house in Bonita for $120,000 that now it's worth $600,000.
Yep.
Crazy how expensive Bonita got. There's people in Bonita from Guatemala, from Canada, from Mexico, a lot of northern states. It's a very awesome little town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the traffic in I hate to say it, but millennials coming from Colorado and because when it used Florida, when it was old people, it was actually not that
It
bad.
was nice.
Yeah, the old people were actually not that bad.
Yeah, because mostly old people cleared out by March, April, and then you had the summers to
Yeah.
do whatever.
And now you got these stupid millennials who think sunbathing in the beach is the only thing in the world to do. And there's just garbage people. At first I was excited. I'm like, wow, there's finally young people here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, they suck.
Yeah, the last really nice summer that we were able to enjoy was 2015. That was 6 years ago. Then in 2016, we were finding the next year we couldn't even go to the beach because there were so many people. So you couldn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, so Rome, Georgia, and Huntsville are really nice towns. I like both of them. I'll be honest. I don't like. Okay, I understand Huntsville has the highest population growth, highest incomes. Huntsville is going to be the largest city in Alabama because it's actually outpaced Birmingham and Montgomery and Mobile. So Huntsville is going to be the largest city in Alabama by population. Not by metropolitan area, but by population within city limits. The reason I did not like Huntsville and Madison and all those little uppity places up there is because it's the same type of snobby, millennial, worthless, marijuana card people that made us leave Naples. It's those types of people. What's the word I'm looking for? Affluent, young. There's a word for it. What do you call somebody? Yuppies.
Yuppie.
Yuppies. They're yuppies. And I hate yuppies. Even though we're probably yuppies in some way or
we
another.
are.
We are yuppies, but I hate yuppies. And in a sense, we are what we hate, which is we're yuppies who hate other yuppies. It's kind of.
Yeah.
God's sake, go
Well,
somewhere.
we don't fit what other yuppies are.
We're obese yuppies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're yuppies who don't care about our. Well, I do care. I just don't have the willpower to do it.
Me too.
So yeah, I don't like that part of Alabama because it's just they're yuppie people. They got careers, and I'm a YouTuber who picks up garbage. I'm just not. I don't have. They have kids, and Your kids are probably gonna have a trust fund or something. I don't really care for people like that. You know, I want to see a guy pull up in an old truck talking about my truck and my beer. I just feel more comfortable around people like that. And I don't like it. It's just like the same type of disrespectful, entitlement of the people there is what I don't like. You know, most of them are from California, New York, and Illinois, and Pennsylvania, or wherever the crap you're watching from. And I don't hate you. I just hate a large volume of people like you all moving to one place. It's not the individual, it's the collectiveness. Like, I'm Cuban, and I love my Cuban food culture, but like when I see like the news, like at least arrest reports, for example, that we were just looking at earlier, and I see the Cuban guy that was going to Cuba to pick up his family so they can live here illegally, it's just like you want to choke this guy. Like, it's embarrassing to me when I see these arrest reports and I see my own people doing like things that are just stereotypical of us to do. It just aggravates me. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Charlie Boo uploaded a video. He went to Mobile. Yeah, and he was in Montgomery. He did videos in places we've done videos in. He did the north side. He did the west side. And, you know, his videos obviously get more views than mine, even though they suck more than mine. Yeah, his videos are pure content. I mean, they're not quality. Like, I try to put the camera right, and you can see the hood, you know. But he's a beast, man. He lives in Detroit, and he's all the way down here. I don't know how he can travel so much.
I want to get back on the road.
I need to get back on the road. I don't know how Charlie Boo can do it. Like, he goes from like New York to like California, Detroit. Like, he's just like, how does he? Yeah. How does he travel so much?
The only thing we're not sure of right now is how we're gonna travel with his dad here. We'll figure it out, but
we can't travel. He's elderly.
Yeah.
So it's not we can say, hey, Dad, we're going to Michigan. He's like, I'm not gonna be in a car for 3 days. Yeah. You know.
I mean, he can be here, but he's not gonna want to do that.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Charlie Boo, he came to Montgomery. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Charlie Boo, by the way. He came to Montgomery, did some videos here. He's in Mobile now. He's going into New Orleans next. I just talked to him today by email. I try to stay in touch with Nick Johnson and Charlie Boo and as much as I can, so they're busy. I try to be a little bit conscious of that. Like, always be conscious of their favorite YouTubers. They got a lot going on. You know, Nick Johnson did something really dangerous. He did a live stream in Chicago. I don't think he knows how dangerous it is to do that. I don't know if he lives a suburban lifestyle, but it's 2021. I'm really afraid that within the next year or so, either Charlie Boo, us, Nick Johnson, and there's a new guy called Hoodtown, one of us might end up on like the news for really like. It's sad. It is. What we do is super dangerous. I can't believe Nick Johnson did a live stream in West Chicago. Like, does he know? Like, I didn't know it either. When I Montgomery, cause I lived in Naples, Florida. Living down there, it's Disneyland. Like, you don't have any. You're just a freaking dumb, stupid millennial yuppie, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. You're just in La La. It's dangerous down there too, but it's a different type of dangerous. You're in La La Land. We came from Naples. We're in La La Land. I'm doing a live stream in downtown Montgomery at night, and there's people trying to tell me you're gonna get killed. And I'm like, nobody's gonna kill you. I'm like, yeah, they are gonna kill you. So after a few scary live streams, I realized, yes, somebody will kill you for live streaming in their city. He's in West Chicago live streaming. I don't think he understands that it's 2021 and you're in West Chicago. You are live streaming. Somebody's gonna be like, oh, this YouTuber with a 250,000 subscribers is live streaming 2 blocks away from my house. This is my time to shine. There's people out there, they ain't got nothing to lose. And if they can whack somebody who's famous, then they've whacked somebody for 20. And crap, I had a childhood friend, his dad was killed for $20 behind American apartments in Kentucky. And that was back in 1998, 1999. You know what I mean? And the person that killed him was a woman for $20. He was my best friend from Haiti. He was 10 years old. His sister was like less than a year old for $20. I worry about me a lot and Katie, and I worry about Nick Johnson and Charlie Boo, because what we're doing is awesome, but I'm really afraid that just like rappers are getting killed one after another, that eventually us YouTubers that do these hood drives, we're kind of in that same threat. Like, that eventually we could be doing. Like, do you guys think I don't live paranoid as a YouTuber with 28,000 people subscribing to me, and you're looking at my house now, you know what I drive? You live on edge, man. You're always like, what did I hear? What is that? You're paranoid. And crap, we're living in Central Alabama. We're not living in some gated community in Naples. You know what I mean? It's super dangerous. You're always paranoid. You're always, we have cameras and guns and this and that, and you're always like, what is that? Cars. It's just like, it is hectic, man. And I do worry about us YouTubers that do this, who's driving around thing, because it's almost like a competition to who is willing to do the most dangerous thing. And I don't do it to be the most brave guy out there. I do it because I feel that, like, when I do Birmingham, for example, the most obvious thing is to go to the worst place and show that. We just went to Birmingham and we did the suburbs. We spent the whole day in the suburbs. We did shopping, dining, sightseeing, tourists. We did all these the whole day. We spent the whole day in the suburbs. And then before sundown, we went into the inner city to do one hood video. And let me tell you, probably one of the closest instances we have been to dying, pretty much. And I'm waiting for the video to edit, because I had to edit the part out. I can't just put this on the internet. I had to chop a piece of that video out. We had something like that happen in... Well, no, because what happened to us in Florida, remember in Brooksville?
Yeah.
That was different. That was like...
It was different.
It's different. It's crazy out there, yo. I'm telling you. It's a different world. Violence is just through the roof. Try not to go out at night. Don't go to parties. Stay home. Because it is wild out there. I'm glad you know that these things, because you are right, people don't care. Yeah, people don't care. It's just, like, I'm trying to live my life. I've lived in poverty my whole life. We're just now getting almost middle class. Yeah. To have somebody ruin my life at this point, it would just be horrendous. Miami is getting very dangerous. It has been in the news Miami's been senseless. Miami in the last few weeks has been insane. Like Kendall, Hialeah, these were not bad places. These are suburban parts of Miami, and they're having like Northwest Miami stuff going on. I watched the news from Miami because Dad's here. He watches the news from Miami, and there was a straight war zone scenario on Northwest 54th. 2 people lost. It's not even like, it used to be one person. Now, like, you would rarely hear a crime case where a husband and wife would be taken out. It should be, 2 guys or 1 person. Now it's 10 people, 7 people, 5 people, whole family. Husband and wife. You rarely see a husband and wife getting killed together. That's a rare thing. Usually when people are married, they're just not into stuff like that. Husband and wife were driving down 54th and 29th, I think, and they riddled their car completely. It's insane. It's senseless out there. It is. And Miami is just, And what's crazy is Miami's crime rate have been dropping. Their incomes have been growing. Their populations have been. Everything indicated that Miami was just ripe for gentrification. But you know what's wild? Is that a lot of these senselessness isn't even coming from the hood people. It's coming from those yuppie millennial people that are coming from other states. It's crazy. Like they're a part of the reason everything's nuts. Maybe because they buy so much stuff off the streets, they use so much. I don't know, but it is senseless out there right now. Karen Baskin's fault? Yeah. That Carol Baskins. Miami's getting very dangerous and has been senseless. Also, you're almost a target like the last Mexican candidate. You're correct. Alisa is aware. I'm aware of it. I am definitely aware. The South Side and West Side are the worst parts of Chicago. Never go at night. He was risking it by going down that way. No, like what made it dangerous? It's not dangerous. You know what he doesn't understand about the West Side of Chicago. I have friends in Chicago. I have friends in Chicago who are really into the streets, and I talked to them a few times. I know people that are really into the streets of Chicago. One of them is in a white organization, and the other one is in a Latino organization. And the white people in Chicago gangbangs just like the Latinos, Mexicans, and blacks. And there's white gangbangers in that area where he was in. So you're not off. Like, let me explain something to you. Katie, explain to them what happened in Birmingham yesterday. Why did it happen?
The neighborhood was diverse. There wasn't just one group of people. There was multiple.
It's a neighborhood that has a lot of Spanish people. I'm brown. My dad's brown. And my dad was in the front seat of the passenger. Katie was in the back seat. If Katie's in the front seat with me as a passenger, when you see two white people in Alabama, you're good. Like, they're not going to shoot up a car. Like, if they shoot up a car with two white people in it, in a hood in Birmingham, it will literally start a race riot. Like, it would be like every trap house in Birmingham, if this was on the east side of Birmingham, every trap house would get shut down. Every person that's got a criminal record is getting a warrant. Like, they're gonna kidnap somebody, and they're gonna find out who did it, whose cousins to that person who did it, whose grandma is related to the person who did. Like, you can't, like, if we're two white people in a black neighborhood in Alabama, like me and Katie are white and we go into a black neighborhood, we're actually pretty safe. They may not, you might get some hard looks and stuff, but they're not going to hurt you, because the same thing, if two black people in Alabama go into a white neighborhood, it's very, like, they're pretty safe for the most part. Like, if two black people went to Coleman, Alabama, which is like 96% white, if two black people were murdered in Coleman, Alabama, it would cause complete havoc. Like, there would be a price to pay for that. And the price to pay would be larger than the victory of the, so, like, me and Katie, if it was me and Katie doing that, it would be okay. The problem is that, like she said, it's a diverse neighborhood, and we're part of the, like, my dad's brown, I'm brown, we're just regular, to them, we're just from that hood. So, if you're from that hood, you can get it. Mm-hmm. Like, if a Korean person drives through a black neighborhood, he's actually pretty safe. They're not going to mess with him, for the most part. It's, if you, like, that neighborhood in Birmingham has a lot of Spanish people, so, like, fade in. You're just another normal person in that street, in that neighborhood. You can definitely get it. But if you stand out, there's so much racial tension that it actually creates a barrier where, like, whites aren't going to hurt blacks, and blacks are definitely not going to hurt a white woman. So, if I had Katie in the front seat with me, that would have been a totally different scenario. But Katie was in the back seat where they couldn't see her because the windows were all tinted. She's in the back, Dad's in the front. So here's two Mexicans, apparently. Like, they see us, oh, here's two Mexicans. You can get it. And that's when I realized, for the first time, even we've been married for, 12 years?
Yeah.
I realized that white privilege is a real thing. Like, literally, nobody's going to hurt a white woman. And what's brought us safely through all these things we've been through is that okay, here's a white woman. You're not gonna shoot a white woman. That's not gonna like. We could be in the worst black neighborhood, and when they see it's a white woman, then they'll back off. They're not gonna hurt a white woman. But when we've been in Miami, or this place in Birmingham, where there are Latinos, you're just another person who can get it, which is so messed up because a lot of times people talk about discrimination and injustice and all that, and they look at it as people who are different than you are the ones who are trying to victimize you. But the reality is, your own people are the ones who are really going to victimize you. Because again, we go to black places all the time. With Katie in the front seat, it's like nobody's going to kill a white woman. Like, no black, 4 black guys aren't going to kill a white woman because it would cause so much outrage that it's a protection for you. But when there's brown people and they can think we're Spanish, and there's already other Spanish people there, you're just another person who can get it. It's messed up, but it's dangerous out there, y'all. And what am I gonna do? Go work at a McDonald's? That's dangerous too. Like, she got a job at Jack's, and what was it, 2 days? The second day you were there, what happened?
Not even. It was the day I was supposed to go in and do some paperwork. Something happened in the parking lot.
Yeah, everything's dangerous. There's no like there's not like some people think because they live in a suburban place that they're gonna be like kind of hit. It's everybody's going nuts everywhere you go. Naples, Florida, where we used to live, turned incredibly nuts. Crazy people everywhere, and this is a rich place. You'd think rich people wouldn't lose their minds like that, but they are too. Actually, they're losing it more than regular people.
Yep.
Why do you tint your windows? Look at how soft this white woman is.
I burn really, really easily.
This is you have to protect your assets.
Like, I'm still peeling from burn I got a month ago.
Yeah, her skin's really white. And I think if I get pulled over, I'm just going to be like, white privilege. I'm going to pull my white privilege. And if I get pulled over by a cop in Alabama, and they're like, why are your windows tinted? I'm like, sir.
Have you met her?
Like, I have to protect
It's
this white.
peeling.
I have to protect this white woman.
Yeah.
White privilege. I'm going to start playing my white privilege card way more often now. Like, officer, I have to protect my assets. So, it's crazy, y'all. They won't let us put up tents in ours. Yeah. Jose, West Side, where the Chop Shop is. I don't know where Chop Shop. My friend lives 2 miles from the shopping center, Morwick and Schumacher, Miami Gardens, and he shops there. He lives in a gated community. Yeah. There's no... Kendall. What, 5 people in Kendall?
And Kendall is like...
Rich Cubans.
Kendall.
Yeah. Kendall's like a rich suburb, and they had 5?
Yeah.
And
Kendall
like
was the
6
type of place you'd like walk outside at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. There is no suburban, like people think that, you know, you can move into a suburban place and find security. It's relative security.
Yeah.
There is no safety. We are living in a dangerous world everywhere. And we're just gonna have to learn how to adapt, and it's just sad how like everywhere you go, suburban, there's no safety anywhere.
Yeah.
We're living in difficult times, people. We really are, and you know, it's horrible, and we have to get out there every single day and put our lives on the line.
And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy our job. Like any job, it's gonna have his pluses and negatives. I've worked places where there's been issues. You just have to accept it.
Yeah.
There's risk with everything.
You could stay home in a brush fire. Like people think you got tornadoes, you got brush fires, you got all these. An airplane could land on your house.
Yeah, in the Estates, I've seen there's wildfires, and like I've seen it where these cars are destroyed, the house is destroyed. You know, most of the time it's evacuated, but
not everybody make it. In California, it's been horrible with the wildfires, and mostly suburban places up on the hills. So yeah, I mean there is no real security. I mean, and one thing that's Alabama's really taught me, like you know how people here are more religious. I think the tornadoes and just the nature of like there's times when I get home and you're really when you say when you're like I think what makes some people more religious than other people is just how like dangerous like you really do feel thankful every day
Yeah.
here for life.
And then driving home yesterday, we uploaded the videos. If you've seen them, like I was concerned driving home because I had my husband and my father-in-law as my passenger.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Why are you driving in the rain?" I think it might be somebody that was here in the comments right now. I think the person who said that
Yeah.
is in the comments right now, and
Yeah, it's like
what do
if you stop, you're in danger too. So you either have to
Yeah.
press on.
And we said to them like, okay, I had driven all day, so I'm like, I can't drive anymore. I was like, Katie, you got to drive, and she's not as good of a driver as me. And we said we're gonna stay in Birmingham at night.
I was like,
We have to go.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like we could.
we had to do it.
Yeah, everyone, like, a lot of people would be like, well, you could have got another hotel. I mean, I'm not getting a hotel an hour from my house.
Yeah. Everything is
Yeah.
every decision. If you move to the left or you move to the right, nothing's safe.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people pay a lot of money for safety,
Yep.
quote unquote safety. I'm moving like when I have people, I crack up. Like I had somebody on my show like, I'm moving to Naples, Florida because it's safe. Like,
I lived in Naples, Florida.
no, you know, safe.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing safe. Naples used to be the safest place. Literally, it was for a
It
while.
was. It was very nice. It was very safe.
Yeah.
But like with everywhere, it's becoming a boom. It's a booming area,
Yeah.
and there are people moving in, and the people moving in.
Yeah, and that's any like I think if like right where we're at, like in my immediate location, like we're on a dead end street in the country. Like it's a dead end street. We're surrounded by suburbs that are very well patrolled. You know, like you'd probably have to pass 5 cameras to get to our house before you got to our camera system. You'd go through 5 other camera systems because it's a dead end road. People have cameras, and you know it's all rednecks out here, so they have cameras and you know their rebel flags, and just like you know when you enter my neighborhood, you're like, oh, yeah, this is that place where you know it's a dead end street. The road's not paved all too well, so you can hear the car tires when they come in. Like, it's just the type of place where like you know, and I think if you're when you're in a place like that, like where we are now immediately, it's very safe because you're dealing with 5 neighbors, and if those 5 neighbors don't steal, which we've been here for a year, nothing's gone missing, and they're all armed to the teeth, it creates kind of like a I was driving past a road with my dad. My dad goes, "Oh, like we're out in the middle of nowhere here in Alabama." My dad, it must be dangerous to live out here. I said, "You really think so, Dad?"
What? Yeah.
I'm like, "You think so?" He's like, "Yeah, I mean, you're so far away from anything." I'm like, "Would you pull to that person's driveway right now? They have 40 cars on their driveway. You don't know which one they're driving. You don't know if would you like if you were literally breaking into somebody's house, would you pick that house?" My dad was like, "Not a chance in the world." I'm like, exactly, you wouldn't because, So I think like as far as what is safest right now, probably like out in the sticks. Like really backwards places, I think are safer than suburban places right now. Because now you have what's called bougie, which is like, it's suburban, but you got all these people like from the hood. Now there's another thing where people from the hood have made it out of the hood. Like there's a whole generation of poverty that is now in the suburbs, and they still do all their hood stuff. They still have all their connections in the hood. Like we're like that. We're in the outskirts, but we still have our connections to the city. And there's a lot of people like us now that are just coming into, and they still have their connections to the streets. So now even the suburbs, like that's why you're seeing all these violent places. It's happening in Kendall, all these things, is because like it's almost like people have made it out of the hood, but they still have connections to the hood. They're still savage people. They're living a suburban lifestyle, but they're ghetto people at heart. You know, and that creates a place where a lot of the like Atlanta suburbs. I would not want to live in some of these Atlanta suburbs. Like Atlanta suburbs, prime example, Miami and Atlanta suburbs right now. Broward County, Palm Beach County, Orlando. I don't know, just a lot of cities are like that. But yes, okay, you're in a suburb, but some of those people are some really hood gangster people. So it's crazy. Atlanta was one city that shocked me. I'm like, okay, so here's a place that's completely suburban, but it's ghetto. Like, what the crap? Let me read some of these comments. What do you got, man?
Okay, yeah, like we're finally enjoying being able to enjoy a little bit because, you know, we were in a neighborhood in Naples that wasn't so great. It was close to everything. So if people in our generation are able to go to the suburbs and stuff like that,
all right,
it's different. Like,
look, first of two things going on here. Danny Drew, my friend, I send you my greetings. Thank you for still being here with us. You know, I send you love to you, Danny, and to your family. Thank you for all your love and support since, you know, for a long time. So thank you for being here with us, Danny. And you guys are talking about catalytic converters. Catalytic converters have become very valuable. I'm buying a junk cars just to get my hands on catalytic converters because now, so yeah, catalytic converters are on the rise, and catalytic converter theft is on the rise in Alabama, even where you wouldn't expect it. So, it's you guys are very timely with that conversation there. Yeah, that's another thing that's going on right now. Now, if you don't know what a catalytic converter is, the exhaust system of your car it's like a filter. So believe it or not, inside of your gasoline, there's actually like platinum and silver and other very valuable material. So when they make gasoline, for some reason they put silver and platinum in there, and in the process of making it, it's in there somehow. And your catalytic converter is like a filter, and those catalytic converters, sometimes when they make them, they already put little balls in there that are like that or two, I don't know. But anyways, these catalytic converters are very valuable because there's platinum and silver and all these things in there that are really expensive metals. And the older the car is, the more mileage it has, the more they're worth. I know you have some Subarus, some Fords, Chevys, diesels, anything that's not diesels, but like anything that's like really old and big. Those catalytic converters can go from like on a street level up to $480, and I hear that like dealers when they resell them, they're getting like $1,200, $1,100. So definitely that's a new crime wave that's going on. There's a lot of new crime waves out there. I've noticed definitely catalytic converter theft is up. There's now Home Depot, like where they steal stuff and they fraud and finesse out of, like Home Depot and Lowe's is very popular now. Stealing construction materials is a new thing that's going on. So they're stealing construction materials again. A sheet of plywood sells for $90 now. So if you steal a sheet of plywood, you might sell it for half that. You're still getting $40, $50 a sheet of plywood. So theft of construction materials is going on now. Bringing people from Cuba apparently is going on now. So a lot of these crimes, they kind of go out of fashion, but now all these hustles that had for a while kind of disappeared, they're coming back into the scene again. So we're kind of entering a 2012, I think. I see everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see it.
I see it like when metal was really, really high. Yeah.
If you guys remember, scrap metal prices went really high. They did the cash for clunkers. That's coming soon. All these things that I see now are so reminiscent of 2008, 2012 that I'm really concerned. Catalytic converter theft, people bringing people illegally from Cuba,
Yeah.
All these crimes that were going on, economical
then.
crime,
Yeah.
economical crimes that were going on back then,
Yeah.
kickback schemes, construction site theft, all those things that were going on back then are making a
Yeah.
resurgence now.
And what I find crazy, like with the whole bringing people from Cuba,
They're illegal
is-
now.
yeah, they're illegal now. Before they had that wet foot, dry foot thing going
Yeah.
on, and now they're just here illegally. Like before, they could get status, they could become citizens.
And they know they're here illegally,
Yeah,
which means they know they're going to get deported, which means
yeah,
then they're definitely on gangster stuff. Because Cubans are different than like Central Americans. Central Americans come to work to save money. A Cuban that comes here illegally, Cubans, Dominicans, and Haitians are the most gangster people on the face of this earth. And when they're here illegally, they know they got a limited time frame. They're gonna fraud, steal, traffic. And Cubans, Dominicans, and Haitians are the most gangster people on this earth.
yeah.
Dominicans at the forefront. You know, these are Cubans, Dominicans, Haitians, super gangster people. Now, like this arrest report that I showed you guys earlier, this guy right here. Show you guys a photo real quick. This guy right here. This guy was arrested with. He had 200 gallons of fuel on a boat. He had. They had border patrol on it, so they knew what they were looking for. He had large coolers with food and water and Gatorade, mangoes, and lunch meat. And they also had guns and other stuff. So he knew. It's pretty clear what he was doing. Like, it's pretty clear he was bringing people from Cuba.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a thing now. Like, and now, you know, there's different groups out. Like Venezuelans have an influence now. Cubans and Dominicans. It's a whole different landscape of the criminal world now. So, I see a lot of things that really concern me. You know, the world's going to take a very nasty turn. It's just, I see a lot of the same repetitive things going on that led to some really bad stuff in the world economy. I'm really concerned, and I don't know how it's all going to turn out, but it's, if people think 2021 and, like, you know, the world's going to open up and we're going to have a big party, that's not the way it's looking to me. Meant not know if my neighborhood. Hey, Danny, true. You recommended that I go to Pritchard, and I went there. Definitely scary stuff, man.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, very scary. Actually, there we also had one scenario where it also felt like people, you know, like you go in neighborhoods and there's people ready to prey on you. It's crazy out there, man. I was amazed at how valuable the converters were. Yep. Is Birmingham ghetto? Extremely. Yeah, it's very ghetto. Birmingham is a very ghetto city. Imagine a giant ghetto, but it's surrounded by nice suburbs. That's Birmingham. The city core, if the ground is flat, it's ghetto. If it's kind of hilly and pretty, then it's suburban. So it's a very complex place. But Birmingham is very pretty and nice on the outskirts and very ghetto in the city core. And the landscape of the land plays into that in a large extent. Atlanta suburbs, Clayton County, yeah. Not all Atlanta suburbs. Atlanta is like massive, but I've noticed that a lot of the suburbs within the inner circle of the city, especially the south and west side of the city, I don't like none of that crap. I think Noonan was the only one I really thought was okay.
Yeah. In Georgia, we will be exploring that here soon.
Cartersville's nice.
Yeah.
But we talked to people that live there. Like, Atlanta looks nice. But when you talk to people that are living there, like when you go to a restaurant in these suburban places and you talk to people that are behind the counter, they'll be like, yo, I'm living in my parents' attic right now, or basement.
Yeah.
And I'm paying $1,200 a month for that, and we don't know, we're just kind of living paycheck to paycheck. Like, you talk to people that are there, and it looks all suburban and pretty, but it's really, talk to people and see how they're actually living. It's kind of like poor people in Florida, where you drive by and you see the palm trees, but no, there's people living some real situations out there. Uh, Julie Arrow says, "You're very safe, very low density where you are living. You made a wise decision to move there during those times." Yep. Your perspective should go to college and get a degree in finance, business, Randy. Yeah, it's a very, very. I'm a high school. I didn't even finish the 9th grade. 8th grade was the last grade I completed. Katie finished high school. Her parents paid for her college. She decided she didn't want to go to college because it was too far away. Poor Katie had to drive to East Naples from North Naples because her parents paid her college, bought her a car so she could go to college, they bought her a house so she didn't have to pay rent. All she had to do in her little pretty little white world was go to college, and the poor baby, she had to go to college. So here you have somebody whose parents put everything in her hands so she could go to college, and oh, poor baby had to wake up at 6 in the morning, at 7:30 in the morning. Poor little white baby can't do that. So, me, I've been working since I was 14. 8th grade was the last grade I completed. I'm a complete hustler. So, we're two very different backgrounds. At least her background was presented to her, and she did nothing with it. Me, everything was taken away from me, and I made something out of nothing. Very strange situation, but a ladder to climb. Now I actually like strive off of the fact I'm uneducated. Like, I make fun of her for
it gives you a different perspective because people like.
I don't want to be part of the corporate world.
Yeah.
Let's get that clear.
No.
Why do I want a degree for it? I hate the corporate world.
I don't either.
Well, you don't like it.
I don't like anything. But
I don't want, like,
no.
for me, I don't want to be part of the corporate world. I'm an independent hustler.
Yeah.
If it ain't YouTube, it's my businesses. I am not going to have somebody else make the rules for me. Like, if a customer calls me now and I don't like the way they're talking, I tell them to find somebody else.
And it wasn't completely paid, just so you know, just that first semester. And then I was on my own. And
Poor baby. Poor baby. Maybe if you had gone, they would have helped you continue. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so
he was talking about, like, my dad.
I was frustrated. I'm like, Katie, your parents are giving you everything you need to be successful, and you want to stay home and sleep in because you're. I'd choke her out right now just thinking about. Like, to give you everything, you've done nothing with it. So
the only thing I ever wanted to be was a wife.
That's white privilege right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I am like a self-made hustler, and she's like a family-made nothing. We just haven't done anything in her life. So I strive off of not having an education. Like, I don't want to be part of the corporate world. I'm not going to pay a dentist to fix my teeth. I want you to see my teeth and know that I've been fighting since I was a little kid.
He can fix mine.
I'll fix. Get a job.
No, I'm white.
Then deal with it. I mean, seriously. So.
It really doesn't bother me.
But, you know, I would say, like, for one thing, I really strive off it a lot. And it's almost my motivating factor that, no, you can try to fit that corporate world. So, to me, not having an education, not having a degree, it kind of fortifies who I am as a person, that I feel like I don't need the structure. I'm going to get it myself. So, to me, it hasn't seemed, and it seems like a very long, like, place to climb to. And it doesn't seem like I'm going to reap the rewards of it because I kind of strived of not doing it. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. All I wanted to do was be a wife. I really had no other aspirations. And that's okay. I guess.
Yeah. The Pritchard is definitely a dumping ground. Happy Hill in the bottom. I'll definitely check that out next time I'm in Mobile. You want to see the Otherwise Lives? Check out Sugar Hills and Turnerville and Saraland. Gotcha. How do you like the area around Redland? Very nice. Redland in Alabama is very nice. I actually worked in that area today, kind of, and I love it. I would live out there. Now, watch out for flooding. There's a little area in Redland. Pay attention to the landscape in Redland. You have a lot of mountains. The flat areas, pay a little bit of attention to flooding. You noticed like there was like 2 houses that were like totally like flooded when we drove through there. You know where Redland is, right? It's on the east side of Montgomery.
Yes.
Of Wetumpka. I love Redland.
Yes.
The community has a Facebook page for Redland, and they also have Redland. They have a Facebook page where they clean up litter for the community. Very good community. I know some African Americans who live in there. It's mostly a white community, and there are African Americans who live in there, and they don't seem to have a problem. So it's a very nice country area. I like it. I would love to live out there, but it's also not for everybody. It's the outskirts of the outskirts. You know, it's kind of, you know, once you get outside of like the urban core, you know, it's actually, there's very contrasty here because you have like Lake Martin is all like really wealthy people, but like eclectic, the outskirts of Redland, Titus. I mean, when you get to those trailer parks, they're burning their tampons in a fire pit in their front yards. It is very primitive. Primitive is the word I would use. I mean, you got people that like, there's people that are literally inbred. Like, you know, there's real inbred people, and not because they want to be that way, because they're very close knit communities. You know, it's very, very country, and that may not be for everybody, especially if you're coming from a big place, because there's a certain politic you have to play in everyday conversations that you may not be familiar with. For example, well, Catherine, you know, it sure has been raining a lot. What am I trying to tell you?
Mow your lawn.
Mow your lawn. If you're from a big city, you didn't understand that. How about this one? Well, you know, sometimes it's just better to stay home and just kind of do your own thing, you know? Don't talk to me. So, they're not people, like, once you get to the more outskirt country places, they don't talk directly. They talk indirectly. So, you might have a conversation with somebody, and you just try to remember everything they said because they're trying to tell you right then and there. But maybe once you're home, you're like, oh, he's not going to say, hey, you're fired. Don't show up again. They might be like, you know, why don't you just take the day off? So the way people talk and just do business and burn tampons in their front yard in a fire pit, it may be too much for you. So as you move into like Redland, it's weird. Like I've been in like Redland, 5-bedroom, 3-car garage house, pool out back, $60,000 car in a driveway, and they're burning toilet paper in a fire pit. So don't assume that they're poor. You'll find people that are somewhat affluent. They have land. They might have 100 acres or something, and they might have a brand new brick house with a $70,000 boat, $100,000 car even. But they're still very country primitive people. And if you're coming from a very wealthy ambiance or whatever, or from a city, you may not really fit into that country. I'm ready for it. I don't know about you. The only thing I don't like is like some things seem like there's a real lack of hygiene. But you gotta understand, like people like in New York City, Miami, Tampa, larger areas, we live on top of each other. So you have a better hygiene because your germs and your bacteria are shared with 20 people. Like if you live in Miami, you live in a building where there's 100 other people living in that building. Your hygiene, your garbage disposal, all those things, they have to be on point because you're sharing your accommodations with 100 other people. So, but when you live out in the sticks and you breathe your own air, you don't understand how bacteria, infection, all that works. So you'll run into people who, on a personal level, their hygiene's really bad. And it's not that, I think it's an environmental hazard in the sense that because they breathe fresh air, they don't have so many people around them, they don't have to keep their hygiene up as somebody in the city. So some people in the city like, oh, people out in the country are nasty or whatever, but it's not like that. It's just you're in an environment where you have to be around so many other people, so you have to have different accommodations. But somebody who's lived way out in the sticks their whole lives, and maybe one person shows up a year at their property, they may have a whole different hygiene thing going on than you will. So depending on where you're coming from, that aspect of it may seem quite shocking. The hygiene, people will burn pill bottles with medicine in them, burn TVs, burn couches. Your neighbors might put their toilet paper and tampons in their front yard and set it fire and burn it. Like when I drove through Arkansas, remember when we drove through Arkansas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could literally, if you've ever smelled, I've smelled burnt toilet paper in Cuba.
Yeah. So we
In
know
the
what
Alps,
the smell sounds.
I know what
smells
burnt
like.
toilet paper smells like because when I lived in Cuba, I smelt it in the slums, in the outskirts of the city. Like on my way to Cuba, where I'm from, is a city of like I don't know, 500,000 people or something probably, and we're in the slums, in the outskirts, and people are burning toilet paper, so we know that smell.
Yeah.
It's horrendous. When I'm driving through rural Arkansas, we smell that.
Yeah.
That's a completely repulsive thing.
I'm gonna tell you this. I've only smelled that once.
In Cuba.
Nope. In Naples.
Yeah. One time in Naples, I smelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got people from, like, Bolivia or something who just don't know any better. But if you smelt it, you wouldn't know. During the hurricanes. Yeah.
Hurricanes
and,
and
after the hurricanes in Naples, Florida, because they're stupid city people that don't know what they're doing. So after the Hurricane Irma, I remember that. After Hurricane Irma in Naples, somebody stupid, since you can't flush your toilet, they decided to burn their toilet paper after the Irma. I remember it. It's a very repulsive smell. I smelled it one time in Naples right after the hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your sensibilities in a lot of these country places are going to be in communication. How you can't just tell somebody. We talked about how they speak indirectly in the rural places. You can't just tell somebody you need to cut your lawn. That's super offensive. You might have to fight them or something. I don't know how it works. But you'll be considered rude and disrespectful. So you'll need to understand that it's not only how you won't be able to communicate with other people, but how you're going to come off as a complete jerk because they think that they told you something in a nice way and you weren't listening. So that's something you're definitely going to have to contemplate when you get to Redland, when you get to Titus, when you get a little bit further out. What do they got?
Karsten, hello. Enjoy your chicken steak breakfast. Yeah.
What else you got?
Danny.
All right. Cool boy, nice. What's up, cool boy, nice? Time for chicken steak breakfast. Check out the historic landmark behind Alabama Power Building in Downtown Mobile. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
You may be making hungry saying that. What Michael Daniels off the street. What kills me is that innocent children are killed no matter. It's crazy. Children, and there's nothing. It's just senselessness that's out there right now. in Mobile, Alabama, and this is Mobile, Alabama, but it's also related to Montgomery in a lot of ways because the people from Mobile and Montgomery are kind of the same. There's a situation in Mobile, Alabama, where a rapper called Honeycomb Crazy or Brazy.
What?
Honeycomb Brazy.
No idea.
Honeycomb Brazy is a rapper. I think he's from Mobile. They killed his grandma and his grandpa, and then they burned them alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that is insane. Mobster type of stuff.
That's even
So
the
that
mom
happened.
would think of that.
That happened in Mobile, right? So they I guess they're trying to get even with this rapper, Honeycomb Brazy, I think is his name. I can't. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I just can't remember it. But he is a rapper in Mobile, and they were trying to get even with him. They couldn't get their hands on him, so they went ahead and killed his grandparents and burned them in a Happy Hill, I believe, is the neighborhood in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
Not so happy now. Horrible
Yeah.
crap, man. Just senseless. Like there's no longer respect for children or women or nothing. It's a.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to tell you guys. I hope wherever you're watching from in the world, that you take note of the times we're living in, and how senseless people are, so you can be alert, prepared, and do not be victimized or fooled by the fact that you're going to be able to go out there and enjoy the world and party, and you're not going to put yourself in a dangerous situation. I mean, you're going to get gas. Me and Katie, we've been on a military routine. Like, we get gas, lock the doors, don't assume. I mean, every second of your life has to be like a military calculated thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lock your doors, check your cameras,
Yeah.
lock the gate, let the dogs out. You cannot slip up because it is just a senseless, predatory world out there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's also a video of a shooting. So there was that event with that rapper, and then also here in Montgomery, Alabama. For some reason, he was hanging out in Montgomery, Alabama, doing a live stream, which is what I told you. What Nick Johnson's doing is so dangerous in that neighborhood. So he was in Montgomery, Alabama, doing a live stream, and as soon as he did that live stream, let everybody know, oh, this guy's doing a live stream. I guess they figured out where he was, and sure enough, during the live stream, so he's on Facebook like we are right now, but I'm at home.
Yeah.
Right? Live streaming out on the streets of Montgomery, and they shot him up. And if you watch the video, they get shot at, and immediately they were ready to, right there on the spot, one of them starts shooting up in the air. I guess he was scared to look around the car, but one of them started running and shooting, and so there was a drive-by, and now it's at the point where if somebody does a drive-by, you gotta be ready to react and go. It's just nuts. Like, not only, like, think about the fact that they were caught up in a drive-by, they were caught up in a drive-by, and without missing a beat, everybody was already on their guns chasing down the other people, so it's nuts. I mean, it's, like, it used to be a time when you could do a drive-by, you would catch the people by surprise. You do a drive-by now, and a split second later, they're already busting back. It's nuts. It's a crazy, violent world, and we're all out there in it. Whether you're not trying to be part of that violenceness and senselessness, you're out there, and you need to be smart, and you need to be just make sure you're not victimized by anybody.
I remember out of Lehigh, when we were looking in Lehigh, there was a family that a father of a newborn baby. He was outside, I don't know, he's fixing his car or something
Boozy.
like that. And there was a drive-by. He had just
Nope.
moved into that house.
Nope.
They were looking for the people before that.
Yeah. So, Nash Priest mentioning Boozy. Boozy, that's a whole different incident in Alabama as well. Boozy's from Louisiana, but he was in Huntsville, Alabama, doing a music video, and they're all showing off their guns. And what? There's cameras recording there again, cameras recording and everything, and somehow at this music video shoot for Huntsville. So here's Southwest Alabama. We go to Northeast Alabama, the other extreme of Alabama. Boosie's doing in downtown Huntsville in an apartment complex. They're doing a music video shoot, and guns go off. I don't know if this was a homicide or if it turned out to be a manslaughter, because it's definitely not uncommon for manslaughter by accident. People are playing with their guns, and boom, who knows what happened there? But there was a Boosie incident not that long ago. I think a week or two ago. It's just crazy. It's just one thing after the other after the other. I like concerts. Who doesn't like a concert? But I think concerts are probably not where you want to be right now. You know, avoid parties, avoid concerts, avoid gatherings of people, restaurants late at night. Don't even go out at night, really.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff you can do during the day. You can go out for walks. You can do this.
Yeah,
that.
the timing of the day is like here in Alabama. It's relatively safe in the daytime, unless you're in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like we're out in the suburbs. It's very safe in the daytime, but when that sun goes down, and the people go back to the suburbs, you know, after 4:35, when the businesses are closed, the people return back to the suburbs. Everybody's at home having dinner. At that point forward, you don't want to be out on the street. There is a relative periods of the day where it's relatively safe. Like Montgomery, if it's daytime, you can go to downtown Montgomery, have lunch, but don't be in Montgomery at 9:30 at night at a bar in downtown. Go to a restaurant in the daytime, lunch, brunch, all that, you're good to go. That's a safe time to be there. But when the business is closed, the rich people return back to the suburbs, don't be at that bar at 9:30 at night. You know, common sense. And again, suburban people are going to have to start implementing more safety requirements. But yeah, crazy, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. It's late as crap. It is almost 2 in the morning. I just hope, you know, I'm definitely noting security is definitely I never thought that, like, and I know this because I lived in Cuba before. I visited family in Cuba, and when you live in like Cuba, you know you can't go out at night.
Yeah.
I never thought the United States would get to that point where, like, it's just maybe lack of occupation. There's too many people right now that aren't working. They're getting paid to stay home.
Yeah.
A lot of just, I don't know.
I know it's hard on me when I'm home too often. It's very hard because it makes you very anxious, and I can see it in people that they've been home a long time, and it's starting to wear on them.
Yeah, it's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
I don't know how many factors play into it,
Yeah.
but
And the lack of socialization that has happened.
yeah,
It's something different when, even if you're on a screen like we are now, that's how you were talking to your relatives and stuff like that. It's hard. I mean, you look for that social interaction, that hug with your family member, and when it's gone, it's like, what happened here?
yeah. I do think that like the more remote rural parts are probably going to be safer in the long run than the suburbs. I think the suburbs are just becoming crazy everywhere. So I think eventually, like in a year and a half, I might move to like Redland or Wetumpka, not the city, but like way out, further out. I think the more the more distance you are from the rest of the world, the better.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, with anything, things change, they adapt. But I am seeing it where it was like years ago.
Yeah.
The metal went What's
the
metal?
metal
at
prices.
now?
Yeah, metal prices are high. That's not a good
Yeah.
thing. Because when metal prices are up, it creates an economy for people who steal. Why would you go sell drugs or when you can just steal a catalytic converter, which is a relatively easy thing to pull off, and make $600-700 in a night? in an empty parking lot or behind a dealership or something. You know, there's a lot of the scrap metal price plays a huge role into that. Prices of drugs are really high right now, and that plays into that. Tightened security on the border means that smaller organizations lose power, large organizations gain. There's 100 different things.
Yeah, I remember during the recession how it was like Lehigh had no air conditioners.
Yeah, like 60% of the houses in Lehigh and 40% of the houses in Golden Gate Estates got their air conditioners stolen because scrap metal prices were high.
Yeah.
When the dollar loses power, metals are worth more. People start stealing those things. Like there's a lot of changes going on in the economy, and those changes are going to trigger incredible increase in crime, violence, and lawlessness. So, different times we're living in. So, yeah. Let me read one more comment or two, and then we're out, guys. Chicken steak, spicy mustard. Global warming too. Oceans are rising. I don't believe Florida's going to be underwater. All right, I love you guys. Stay safe out there, please. And take my advice. Don't go out at night. Don't.
And we will be making more videos here soon. Just be patient.
I got dad here. I got dad here right now, so we're hanging out. We're not on the road as much.
Yeah.
He's 70-some years old. We gotta take.
We have to take care of us.
It's family time.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do some more live streams in the evenings or whatever. And
yeah, and we do want to show him more of Alabama. I know he wants to see Georgia.
Does he?
He wants to go somewhere where there's a Cuban restaurant. That's all I know. Yeah.
All right. So I got dad here, and while he's here, we're not gonna be on the road. And like the other thing is too, like we just hit all the way up to Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma. And when I look at the views of these videos, I'm like, okay, we spent $1,200 to make it to Oklahoma, and the video's got 4,000 views. I'm like, it's a lot of money for very little return.
Yeah, and we want to, the whole purpose of this channel is to help people with moving and see where they might want to go.
And to be ahead of trends, moving trends, because things are changing rapidly. Guys, we gotta go. It's late. We're tired as crap. I worked a lot today. I'm dead tired, and I slept like 3 hours last night because I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
Every time we go through like an event, like what happened yesterday, we're on alert the whole night, and we're up all night. It's horrible.